I didn't ask if we were ready to start. I hope we're starting. Here we go. I can't find my webcam. I don't know where it went, but it's okay. I didn't lose the webcam. The webcam itself is expensive. I just don't know why my computer won't read it. Achilles, do you know? This is the one time my cat wants to be quiet when I'm recording, but it's time for more Kingmaker. We're actually there's talking Carrying Crown of doing Kingmaker when they TPK and Carrying Crown, because that's very likely at this point. There he is, yeah. And it's rapidly becoming one of my favorite adventure paths, and I think it's mostly because of the party that sits before you and how I'm slowly relearning how to play TTRPGs over them. But the 5 of you, thank you for your support on Patreon, helping us do the thing that is cool. Gonna grab that D5 for the in-character reflection, unless you guys want to be awesome and volunteer. Any tributes?
I feel like I should go first just because I don't know if everyone did a reflection again. So I'll go first.
You know why I'll go first. The taxman cometh.
Alright, so I'm playing Arcturus. I am an Inquisitor doing spell things, some tactics stuff. It's kind of working-ish.
Chains,
So
bro.
last...
All about the chains.
Well, that's right. Well, yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's something I can reflect on. Cal hates me. Hopefully, hopefully doesn't try and kill me. And I think overall, though, things are going well. I mean, honestly, I'm building civilization. I'm having a good time. Abadar's happy. I'm happy. Not too many get-ups or hang-ups. You know what I'm saying? Timur knows what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I think.
Good enough for me. We'll take it. Anybody want to do that? Volunteer for the next one? Or am I rolling a d4?
I'll get in there, sure.
I love it. I love it.
We're doing reverse order.
Reverse order. I also want to say the person who's about to talk to you, there's been a couple of my patrons who have showed up and been like, how do I play a certain kind of character? And I say it that way because I don't know what the players know about Kalira. And I've been like, well, have you watched Kingmaker? Go watch Kalira. Kalira gets it. But
Kalira gets it. That is a
Don't tell him
t-shirt.
Oh, it's too You can put that on the Teespring. Kalira gets it.
I play Kalira Ashling, half-elf barbarian, who was of the superstitious bent, and after clearing the air a bit with Kato, she's decided to maintain her position in the party as the as the protector, if for no other reason, so that she can raise an army of her own. And then after their little jaunt in the crypt and meeting a fellow warrior of Gorum, she's starting to wonder if being hell bent on vengeance is actually the best thing ever. To one day rise again as a white. Maybe that will be her new dream. But until then, she will suffice with the living flesh that she has.
Fair enough, and I kind of wonder if FOP doesn't mean something much worse. I know, Achilles. If FOP doesn't mean something much worse than it does in common in, like, the language of Gorum, as much as it's become a meme. Anyone else want to jump on that sword? Jump on that +2 Fey-Bane greatsword that they just hand out way too early?
Well, it's broken. That's the balancing.
The balancing thing is that it's broken.
So it's a +2, but then it's a -2 because it's broken. So really, it's just a sword that has Fey-Bane.
Yeah.
But we'll fix it. And
indeed, but I guess I'm gonna roll a d3.
I'll go first.
Good.
Or I'll go next, rather.
Third.
I've already started talking. So I might as well keep talking because that's what I'm good at. I'm good at talking. It's what I do.
Classic.
All right. So I am playing Cato Sicarius, a human Taldan, once noble, now banished, disowned, doesn't give a bleep, is gonna carve his own way. My class, yes, that's a thing. So I am a level 4. Yes, we're level 4. Perfect. All right. Let me bring up my... So I'm playing a level 2 swashbuckler of the Rosalind Bravo archetype, a level 1 monk of the Master of Many Styles archetype, and a level 1 fighter of the Weapon Master archetype. So the past few days has been a turbulent road for Kato. After coming right off the heels of his his disownment essentially and his banishment from his home, he is then accosted in his bedroom by a supposedly turns out Kalira was actually put to the task of killing Kato after she had helped him achieve his goal here, whatever for whatever ends those might be. He's not happy about it, though. He does appreciate that Kalira did arrive unarmed and was upfront about what her role was and decided not to go through with it or to attempt to go through with it. I'm not saying she would actually succeed. Let's be real here, but at least she didn't attempt to go through with it. He is still extremely concerned that someone would have put her up to such a thing. So I know we haven't. That's one thing that haven't really touched on in the RP so far. So I wanted to put a focus on that. In addition to everything that's going on, there's this lingering kind of pang in the back of his mind about the fact that there is someone back home who tried to put a hit out on him. So as much as Cal is thirsting for vengeance, Kato is also starting to build a bit of a desire for vengeance as well, deep down in his soul. With that said, he got a bit of a distraction last session while they busted into a crypt, and he got to basically showboat a little bit as he cut down half an army of undead by himself. Though he was denied the killing blow on the white, he understands that can't take all the glory. Sometimes you have to share and let others take a little bit here and there. Otherwise, if you take all the glory and no one else has any glory, there's nothing for you to compare your glory against. So, it's good for other people to have a little bit of glory so that your glory looks, larger by comparison. You need, a benchmark to set it against. So anyway, that's him. He is getting cold. It's getting very, very cold. So he's really looking forward to getting back to the fort and beginning to, get construction and kingdom planning underway. But until then, we have a little bit of trekking and exploring to do before the snow settles in. So here we are. That was long. Sorry.
No, please. All the longness you want, and take that hero point. And do we take it to the Disarmomancer or the Dogomancer next? That's the best bad joke I could come up with off the top of my head. And at least one person appreciated it. Good.
I'll go either way, Tara. Your call.
I guess I'll go.
Nice.
Best for last.
The Disarmomancer it is.
I am Senya the Black Stag. I play a Geminid Invoker Barbarian hailing from the Glenavon uplands. I disarm things. I guess I'm getting good at it. I gave it a couple of tries in our encounter with the White. First time didn't go so well, but second time was a surprise, and then I ended up with the killing blow and was also surprised about that, so wasn't ready for my speech. But sorry. But yeah, I am of the opinion that Kalira doesn't like me very much. So that's that. I scout ahead for the party because I feel like not talking.
What did Kalira say to you?
I think it's just Kalira's existence. As a Kalira doesn't like me. She's got that
fair,
aura.
personally.
She tried to bond with you about bringing down a mighty mastodon, and you're like, this is a mighty warrior of Gorum, not some animal to be skinned and split. You have no respect for. You just went off, and she was like, fine, screw you, I'm out of here.
And then you all blatantly tomb rob the place.
Right.
But I will say that there are a lot of things in Kingmaker that want to attack you with weapons, not like claws and things. So disarming has turned out to be really, really good. And I guess if you ever want to turn on Kato, it's a really good way to shut him down too. Oh, you need a one-handed Aldori dueling sword to function? Whoop!
Hey now.
And now we all know. A weakness has been revealed. But take that hero point and Ionia.
I'll have dueling gloves soon. Then I'll be safer.
Then we switch to sundering. Just break the thing. No, that's
that would be
stop giving them ideas, Tommy.
So I'd like to preemptively apologize if my voice cuts out. My dog keeps pushing my finger off my push-to-talk button, so we'll see how this goes.
In Pathfinder Kingmaker, the patron game, pets are loud and they are active, and I've just learned to embrace it. Isn't that right, Achilles? Well, now you're quiet. You're always quiet when I acknowledge you. God, I hate cats so much. Anyway, off you go.
Alright, so I'm playing Ionia Essel, a mostly human occultist. Got a little bit of orc blood mixed in there. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to pick up my reflection, kind of following some text RP that Ionia and our Taurus shared that happened kind of on this path after the fight with the white. Ionia walks along the path, listlessly kicking a small stone in front of her. The two dogs trot happily at her side, Reka playfully chasing the stone and dropping into a play bow each time as she catches up to it, wagging her tail as she waits for it to roll down the path once more. Minoru had been following a few paces back, distracted with a bone he had recovered from their recent encounter with the white. The girl feels something bump against her hand and instinctively pulls it away. She turns to investigate, releasing a relieved sigh as she realizes it was just Minoru looking for a head scratch. The motion had startled her. Her time in the Stolenlands had made her apprehensive. Before Rova, she had only ever read of such things as the Fae and the undead. It was easy to believe adversaries such as the ones she had faced in the previous months had only existed in far-off lands. She never dreamed that they'd be just a stone's throw away. This really was a wild region, and she had accepted this to be true so quickly she hadn't realized how much her party's venture had put her on edge. Artoris had just warned her of the dangers of placing too much trust in her traveling companions, and perhaps he was right. But frankly, she finds herself thinking, I cannot afford not to place my trust in them. She had been cut down and nearly killed by a bandit not 3 months back, nearly lost a leg to a bear trap. She had seen her best friend fall twice in the same day. Senya had been threatened with a curse that could forever change her life for the worse. Even Cal, fearsome as she is, had been humbled in the confrontation with the Stag Lord. Perhaps Artoris was right to call her naive, though she had a hard time accepting this. If any of her companions wished ill on her, it would certainly be Cal, but it was not that long ago that the obstinate half-elf had pulled her from the river and saved her life. These may be the only people I can trust.
Good enough for me. All right, hero points all around.
Barely good enough, but just made it.
Kato says it's not quite there. Kato says you need to do more. Sorry about it. But as I had put things together, I planned on picking up as you guys were traveling into the next hex. If anybody has anything else they want to do in the cairn, or if they'd rather go a different direction, speak now.
Has it been like a day between those two things?
It certainly could be if you wanted to rest in the cairn overnight.
No, I mean, I think we made it to the next hex. We went to explore it, and you said, "Oh, there's a thing here, so we're gonna delay that till next session because we're at time." I think that's where we left off.
Okay. That could also be how we run it too. I think that's what I said. I forget what I said. I remember a thing was happening. In any case, we'll run it that way. If everybody could pick a quick perception check for me.
Nothing gets the blood pumping like a perception check.
Oh no. Let's see what we've got. As I understand it, I should be using stats for a riding dog, for not Minoru, ponies for the mules, and a light horse for the...
You have plus 11, Esker? What the fuck?
He's wisdom based.
Oh, yeah.
And rolled on his best day.
Get on my level, dude.
Whoa.
So you roll your natural 20s on perception when, there's 4 other people rolling and someone's gonna nail it. But then
Who's he gonna roll it on? His bow gun shots?
You also
No.
rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, he did too. I'm not colorblind. You're colorblind.
no one notices it because Kato's perception is so.
Okay.
I mean, so I wouldn't say low. I have 4
That
points.
I would say it's low.
Even with a nat 20, your perception was lower than mine.
Yeah, well, it's because I'm not wisdom based. It's still it's not low. It's average. It's actually above average for this level. God.
So as you guys are traveling back towards Fort Staggrave, the hills begin to wind and they become a little like unpassable in such a way that you have to like most of the time spent traveling is trying to find valleys that cut around, and there's a lot of switchbacks back and forth. It's starting to get pretty cold out. Between you don't have to roll anything, but those of you who roll survival, what is your modifier? Like if you were to roll survival right now.
My mod is 4.
Plus 5.
4, 5, and 5. Did I hear that?
No,
right?
no,
for
Senya has
me.
9.
Okay, so Senia has 9. Senia cannot fail.
Wait, doesn't our Taurus just kind of mysteriously also have ranks in survival?
Oh wait. Yeah. Modifier. I have 11.
Okay, so between the winter clothes and people who can't fail the checks, you guys can more than easily enough stop, keep yourselves warm, stay out of the wind, so on and so forth. You won't be in any real danger unless it starts to snow real bad or yes.
Just also say on the mules, in case you didn't know, I believe everyone, because I did a bit of an audit before session 1, but I believe everyone does have winter clothes packed in the mule.
Right, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, okay.
So those are giving everyone a +5 to the fort saves if they had to made them. Unless, like, basically the only thing you need to worry about is if you want to be running around below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. As you begin traveling down into the valleys, the horses, the mules, both of the dogs, they kind of, like, they stop and they begin to sniff the air. Senia and actually, I think all of you passed. All of you passed! Look at y'all! So there's not going to be a surprise round. These red lines are, like, if you were to go, I know, Achilles. You don't need to swap my hand, though. Like, here's Kalira. Right there. That's Kalira. If Kalira were to go here, Kalira would be at the base of a hill. Cresting the hill are, if you guys could throw some knowledge nature checks at me.
Oh, we're going right to left.
Please. Or no, we're
Formation.
going. I lied. We're not going right to left. We're going bottom to top.
Okay. I was like, our formation's totally out of whack.
Those are some big old boys.
They are, and all of the nature checks can very clearly identify dire wolves as they crest over the sides of the hill, growling down in y'all's direction. Ionia, Senia, both of you, it dawns on both of you that wolves will travel in packs, but they won't travel in formation, and certainly they wouldn't try to flank you. So this is immediately a red flag, and then you turn and you see up here is... Does anybody speak Goblin?
Bakken.
Yeah. Buckins, wifey, might.
Didn't I?
Nah, I was just
Yeah,
thinking that
speak-
I should speak Goblin so that Bakken and I can have secret conversations, but I do not.
You guys can talk dirty to each other in Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you nerd. This one
The
here,
dirtiest talk.
you probably at least recognize Goblin as it crests the hill and says something that sounds very monosyllable and angry at you. It's a warg.
Oh.
With the nature checks, you guys have killed the DCs pretty well. 3 questions from both Senia and Ionia before initiative is rolled about dire wolves and wargs, and 1 from Kalira. For a total of a whole lot.
Get your questions in.
Okay, I was wondering if I died there. I'm like, it's
No,
really
you're good.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll initiative while y'all are doing this.
Should we all roll in?
Yeah, probably.
This is tough for me because I pretty much know everything about both these things.
Oh, I didn't select my token. Can I re-roll?
Sure.
No.
I hadn't
Hell
cleared
yeah.
the turn order yet. Haha! Oh wait, that was Ionia. I thought you rolled worse. Damn.
God damn it!
Woof.
And you got what you deserved.
I guess my question, Cal's question would be, can I keep one?
Are they tameable?
Oh yeah, are they tameable?
Is that a legitimate question? I can't tell if I'm hearing a meme or not.
No, I mean, I mean,
I mean, we have plenty of questions, so I'd be curious.
I don't think Cal would really care too much other than that, about that. In character, out of character, I know a whole lot about these, and I'm trying not to use my knowledge in the game.
Okay, I can respect that. So, in the case of the warg, no. The warg is sentient. The warg is, I'm assuming, about as smart as some of the marshals, probably at least as smart as, like, Keston's merc friends. So, that one, not so much. It's probably used its own, like, ability to tame things to tame the dire wolves, which is why they're moving in the way that they are. But a dire wolf is just a wolf the size of a horse, so yes, they are tameable.
But it's out there already. Oh, that kind of explains why they're in weird formation.
That said, they're probably not tameable right this second. Trying to respond, if Cal pulls out a moon radish and says, "Here, boy," Cal's gonna get eaten. If you could subdue it,
Trying to tell me
back.
You trying to tell me wolves don't like radishes? Get out of here.
Wolves are scavengers, they'll eat anything.
Including you, and right now they seem really angry.
Do they have... I imagine they probably have some sort of special ability, probably a bite, anything that's not obvious.
As far as anything not obvious... The only thing that isn't really obvious here, I would say, is that the warg is sentient, and most of them learn, like, depending on where you find them, it's not uncommon for them to speak, like, giant languages, goblinoid languages. It might even understand common. As far as the rest of them go, they're just big wolves. They will hunt in the same way that wolves do.
Gotcha. So the goblin voice was probably coming from the warg, not like there's another.
Yeah, no, it was 100% coming from the warg.
Do they carry disease?
They can. These look fine. It's not uncommon for like a rabid wolf or something to get a little angered and go attack a well-armed humanoid caravan such as y'all. But in this case, it seems much more like they were orchestrated by the warg. They probably are fine.
I like the probably. It's good enough for me.
It's kind of a, like, you need to get bitten first.
Oof. Who wants to volunteer? Let's throw a meal at them, see what happens.
Meal?
I mean, those are your...
No, they are mine. Yeah, I did.
Where donkey
All right, let's throw a dog.
mules?
Let's throw a dog at them first and see what happens.
No.
Hard pass.
All right. Any more questions, guys?
We have
Sandy, you've probably your tribe has probably encountered these, or if not hunted them. I don't know
if
you
not
would hunt
tamed and
direwolves.
hunted with them. They're not uncommon.
I mean, like they out of character, I don't know what else to ask. That they seem pretty straightforward.
Okay. With knowledge checks, you can ask very, very meta questions, and we
How
can
fast do they
them.
move, maybe?
Their lowest save. Things of that nature.
Okay.
What are they? We could get. Yeah. How fast do they move?
All of the above.
So
How
how
about-
many questions do I have left?
2 from the pair of you, I believe.
Yeah, they're shared questions.
Metagaming is a thing. Talking is a free action.
Alright, so What is their lowest save?
Typically speaking, with most animals, you would expect it to be their willpower. Obviously, a creature that lives in the wild is going to be, like, their immune system will be stronger. These things are regularly eating things that even Kalira would probably sick up at. They're also faster, a little more agile, but they, like, if you were some kind of witch and you were to do some kind of magic thing at them, they wouldn't know to look away, shield their eyes, anything like that until it was too late.
What kind of AC are we looking at here?
Not a whole lot of much. Most of them are just like, their fur is really tough and matted. They have a little bit of an ability to, like, dodge, but also, given the fact that they are as big as horses, that works against them a little bit. Actually, the warg and the direwolf have the exact same AC. That warg is a little bigger than the average warg, but you're looking at like well, I mean, you got it. You should know the answer. I'll just say it in super meta terms, 14.
I can maybe hit a 14. All right. Someday I'm going to hit something with my Gladius, and it's going to be amazing. Might be one of these wolves.
I think you hit the white last time.
Did I?
I want to say there was an attack with the Gladius that connected.
Oh, I thought I just reverse healed the white.
I forget. Anyway, anything else you guys want to know about these things?
Can we start killing them now?
Going once, going twice. All right, Clear, you're up.
Okay. I mean, with my movement, would I be able to reach said warg?
Yes, you can't charge them because you'd be moving uphill, and it's difficult terrain once you go over the red line. But so you're looking at 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 would be that square.
Okay. Well, I have just that. So, Kalira will stalk up the hill with her great sword and take a swing at the warg.
Yeah, cut the head off the.
That might have been a question we should have asked.
serpent.
If we kill that one, do the rest like scatter?
I guess we'll find out now. Cal has the tendency to one-shot things, so.
Why ask the
true.
question when you could just stick your finger in the light
Yeah.
socket and see what happens?
I didn't have questions, so
That's fair.
On rage.
Sure.
Power attack.
Quick question: have we rested since the fight with the white?
I'm going to assume yes, given the amount of time that it takes to travel over hexes and stuff. In any case, it does not kill the poor thing, but you definitely run up, smack the thing with a greatsword. It growls back, says something not the nicest in common.
I don't know what you're saying.
Or in
But I
goblin,
hope it's-
rather.
I don't know what you're saying, but I hope you're telling me how pretty I am. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Oh, wham! Nope, never mind. The warg doesn't do anything. Hooray for the warg.
That one.
And
He's so
Kato.
dead.
The warg tries to bite you, and it doesn't really get anywhere. Kato is on.
All right. I'm gonna look around. Wolves on all sides. Looks like Cal has that flank sort of at least, threatened. So I'm going to protect our animals and more fragile party members by making myself nice and threatening on the other side. So 5, 10, 15. So what I'm going to... So difficult terrain counts as what, 2?
Right, and you can't charge it.
Can't charge. Well, yeah, it's way out of my charge anyway. So I'm going to then move right to here. And can I intimidate this wolf?
Yeah, you can certainly give it a shot.
Roar! I'm gonna roar at the wolf with my best bear impression.
Go ahead and give that wolf +2 circumstance, please.
All right. Cal says I have to, so there we go. Not quite. You definitely have its attention.
That was my intent.
Had it the whole time. Anything else from you, man?
I just want to make sure that I'm the focus of the wolves on this side. I don't want them to go eat our valuable cargo there in the middle.
It is funny you should
He's
say
talking
that.
about the mules. I just want y'all to know that.
Do the mules have any kind of barding, enchantments, anything on them that I should know about?
They
a
are
lot of bags.
They are mules with pack saddles and
Which-
lots of bags hanging from them.
I'm not sure if we've crunched it, but do you happen to have any idea if they are encumbered?
Oh, they are
We have
in medium.
actually- Yeah, we've made specific care not to allow them to become encumbered.
They're at medium right now.
Okay, cool. So then just double checking my reach, because in fact that is what happens. These two wargs are going to charge straight for our friends here.
Ask her, they're going for your boys.
Stable boys.
The guard dogs are both flat-footed. So then that means I have a... Maybe I'll roll a little better than fumbling. Oh, bam! A 25 should hit. I'm looking at the stats for a pony.
Pony. It is they share stats with a pony.
Okay, got it.
Esker's
The letter,
covered in
pretty much.
covered in mule blood now.
So,
Good thing we bought Chester because we're gonna need them.
12 points of damage and a pony. I know, Achilles. We're killing ponies. This one has not a lot of hit points remaining.
Oh
And
man.
I took out my third monitor and I wish I hadn't. Damn!
It was one shot of donkey.
No,
Donkey!
Zorn,
Donkey.
Zorn,
Literally, we're just
rip them
talking about-
apart.
The wolves.
16 over
jeez.
20 CMD is...
Damn.
So on the left here, this one comes charging down the hill and it bites, and its mouth is probably big enough to get around most of the mule's midsection. It bleats out in agony. The direwolf can't quite, it starts to worry with it, and tries to drop it on the ground, and it doesn't quite fall, despite Achilles really, really bardic performancing all over the place, as he does. Cat bard.
Yeah, is that Zorn or Toth that just took?
Which one did they attack? The north or the south?
The north one.
Ah,
I
that's
didn't know
Zorn.
one was named Toph. Oh man.
Oh man,
Zorn.
they're taking them down in order too.
I'm attacking Toph.
They are taking them down in the correct order.
13 hits. Wow, why'd you have to tell me you named it after something from Avatar? Now I'm sad.
Oh well, no, it wasn't.
No, they're actually
Not that tough.
Oh, okay, cool. We're gonna kill it.
Not CPH.
That one is much better. Actually, it's only one better. And I think the same number again. So in both cases, the direwolves can't quite bring the mules down. But
The max damage rolls though.
You know, you have to kill them at the same time, otherwise the other one enrages.
Oh my god.
Well,
Anger
now we know
donkey!
why these names.
That's a super meta joke right there.
in any case, blood
I mean, if
indeed.
the-
Blood
if they
indeed all
die-
over the place. They are
Oh.
the mule in front of our Taurus is probably the only reason it's standing upright is because the direwolf is kind of holding it up.
Oh jeez.
Ionia.
Hey, we're gonna see some mounted combat.
Am I mounted?
Oh wait, no, not you. I was confused. I don't know why. Sometimes I confuse you and Ksenia. It's weird.
Huh. Well, I'm suddenly realizing why Senya thinks Cal doesn't like her. Gets us confused.
Everyone.
Everyone's a witch.
So, remind me, I can cast personal spells on Minoru, right?
Right, because you guys have because Minoru is your animal companion. At level 1, he got the share spells ability, so you could shield him.
Okay, gotcha. I feel like I should probably shield myself though, so I'm gonna do that.
Alrighty, and that is with the casting of the spell?
Yeah.
Alright, so would you like to cast defensively?
Am I technically in their threatened range?
Yes, they occupy this square 5 feet from you.
Yeah, I'll cast defensively.
Okay, so then as a psychic caster, if you'd like to take a move action to center yourself before the casting, you can do so. Otherwise, your DC is 10 higher than the rest of the casters to do this. Alternatively, you could take a 5-foot step here first and not have to worry about it.
If I do that, can I move back into this position?
You cannot.
Then I will stay where I'm at.
Alrighty.
And what am I rolling?
Actually, you might have already. I wonder if... I guess you could just click concentration right there where it's highlighted on the shield entry and it'll roll it for you. I'm assuming it's...
Oh, I see.
Oops. I tried to, and it said no ability found.
No ability found. So the DC is 15 plus double the spell level. Which means
okay,
16,
so that's not gonna...
You would fail and lose the spell. Alternatively, you could use a hero point.
Define lose the spell.
The spell slot will be wasted.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm like, well, just can't cast shield anymore.
You can't cast that spell ever again. What are abjurations?
Okay, well, it is what it is. Minoru is going to run around to, he'd be in flank position here, right?
Yes, but that would provoke.
Alright, that's fine.
Alrighty.
Why am I hearing Blues Traveler in my head now?
Bam. 23.
Oh, yeah. You got him.
Alrighty, so then it's 11 points of piercing, bludgeoning, slashing. Not slashing, I think just piercing and bludgeoning. And then... Oh, my brain just divided by 0. Would a 24 beat Minoru's CMD?
24 is Minoru's CMD.
So it gets there. So then what happens is Minoru tries to go into this square. And when that happens, the direwolf turns and bites at him and upends him. And Minoru falls prone. What's a good symbol for prone? Snails! In that square.
Wow, he just got wrecked.
So that does that like negate his move then?
It doesn't negate it, but he would need to... Minoru could use a move action to stand up, and since it would be kind of meta-y to be like, well, you don't know, well, yeah, you wouldn't know whether or not this has combat reflexes or not. So it may or may not provoke from the direwolf to stand up, or Minoru could try to bite from where Minoru is, taking a penalty on the attack roll from being prone.
He'll stand up.
Okay. Direwolf does not respond.
Okay.
Well, it probably just growls, but it doesn't attack.
And standing takes up his whole move?
Yeah.
Okay, then he will bite where he's at.
Okay. Why, yes, he will. Okay. I thought you did 37 damage for some reason.
Oh, he does not have Keen Edge anymore.
I was like, wow, that's a really lengthy 1 week from cleaning that statue. Do you go back and clean it every week just to refresh
When
that
they go back and went back and marked it.
This is actually
No, I just
Kingmaker
forgot.
Groundhog Day edition.
I just forgot to clean the Keen Edge off of Minoru's sheet.
Indeed. Okay, anything else?
That is all.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll for this doggo now. I'll roll for the mules at the end of turn. Technically, the guard dog needs a standard action to be commanded, but at this point, there is something in front of it that is scary. It's within reason, I feel like, that the guard dog is going to try to bite the direwolf. To no avail. Artaurus.
Rough.
So I can move freely, right? Or are they? Am I?
This one still seems like this is probably... It comes to Artoris' action as Minoru is getting upended, and Ionia can't quite picture a shield in front of her, and the spell goes away.
But like,
I think it means
I wouldn't
would he
have
provoke
like a,
from moving?
Yeah.
You would provoke from this one. This one has
I
not
would.
used an attack of opportunity yet, unless you were to 5-foot step.
You could 5-foot step and then run.
Are you just gonna book it back to camp? Like, see you guys.
Sorry, everyone. I have business with Abadar. I think that person hasn't paid his taxes. Over the hill. Off we go. I know Achilles.
Or you could take out that poking stick and get to work.
Chains. Chains are probably a better idea.
Nah, poking stick.
Okay, just stab. Yeah. Get to stabbing.
Well, I feel inclined to throw Bless out, but
I mean, if you want to.
These are the questions we ask ourselves.
Breaking out the rulers.
I'm making sure it's gonna hit both of you if I take a 5-foot, and I think it will because it's 50, so we're okay. Won't hit you up there.
That's alright. I go last anyway.
All right, so 5-foot step means like I can just how far exactly? Like
You would move
here?
one square.
one
and,
tile like that,
Yeah.
and then I can just freely cast Bless because they're no longer near me.
You got it.
All right, that's what I'll do. Do the mules get blessed?
Yes. The mules are allies. The doggos, they have all the blessings happen. It's super
Look
good.
at that. Look at that.
Unless your perception of Abadar is that he's like a speciesist.
I mean, I feel like Abadar would bless the animals of working.
Yeah,
because they-
especially if they're like
Working animals.
work
Abadar
animals.
bless us, everyone.
Abadar bless us. Everyone, can I please get a will save from Artoris?
That makes me
Ooh.
nervous, but sure.
Your will is basically unbreakable.
Don't say something like that.
Proceeds to roll a natural
Oh,
one.
you know?
Okay, that is more than good enough. It's Artoris backs up. Artoris blesses the group,
Man, if that fucking dragon's around here.
I know,
Oh.
right?
and then turns behind him and sees a lot of wolves.
A lot of wolves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Artoris blinks a couple times. He's like, oh my god. And then they get a little see-through. Artoris realizes that they are illusory.
God damn that dragon.
I just scrolled down because I'm a little zoomed in. So when you said he turned around to see the wolves, I scrolled and I was like,
I thought he was joking, and then I also scrolled down.
but they have a bit of a shimmer and etherealness to them.
Yeah. I suppose also if I could get a will save from everybody else. Everybody else sees them. Hears the noises that they're making.
Well, now I don't care about what I roll here because you already spoiled the.
It's a 18.
Kalira says that's witchcraft. Senia and Ionia both think there's a boatload of wolves that are coming up from behind you. So does Kato. I'm so glad we got those ones out of the RNG now.
I remember Ione making fun of old Cal about falling for these tricks.
Well, I'm a little distracted right now, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Hey, Esker, what's the save for your bless?
10
Oh, you're
plus his
raging.
wisdom plus his
Yeah.
spell level.
Well, what kind of save is it? What kind of save is it?
Will negates harmless, I'm sure.
It's a will.
Listen to Tom.
You make a will save and
It's 11 against your DC.
Which,
I think you're good.
Yeah.
Against
You wanna-
my what now?
You want to roll poorly on these will saves, right? Is that? Yeah.
And it'd be at least like a 14. Actually, it'd be at least an 11, and there's 10 there. So
Oh
good
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Okay, so this wolf.
He's trying to resist your blessing, basically, but he
Right.
didn't.
I don't like civilization. And Direwolf charges Kato and wants to attack him.
Ha ha ha! What a fool! I will opportune parry and riposte.
Okay.
You jerk.
You jerk.
Ah!
Yeah, talking all that trash.
And
What a fool.
a 14 doesn't confirm, though.
No.
Maybe you should run down south and try to parry all those wolves down there.
If you'd like to flavor it. Boom. 10 points of
10.
damage and...
Ow. Oh, and a CM.
And we're going to try to trip, yeah. Which would be... beat this number for higher ground and charging. I forget those are attack rolls. 27 over Kato's CMD.
God damn it. Yeah,
So
he's down.
you guys see the direwolf come charging down at Kato. Kato brings his sword up, and the sword kind of just gets... By how badly did I beat? By many. By a lot. The sword probably just gets pushed out of the way, and that's probably what causes Kato to fall and not get bitten in half by the direwolf. And it's on Senia. Senia, at the top of your turn, if you would like to remain mounted, I need a handle animal check to control... Grom, is it? I'm like, it's one of the war chiefs from Warcraft. Damn it. Handle animal. It's not often that these rules come up. 14 to just double check how that works. If you are not combat trained, it's I think it's a 15, if I'm honest.
Oof.
The training animal.
That's blessed, right? Oh no, it isn't. She's out of his.
I'm out of reach.
There's apparently a trick you can teach certain animals called cocoon, and I'm very curious.
Mm-hmm.
Train an animal for a purpose. It takes 6 weeks. You could upgrade it to do that. I had this DC in my head. Now I forget it because it just never comes up. I want to say I'm like 90% sure it's a 15. In the comments, chew me out if it was lower. But Senia tries to control Grom. Almost called it Garrosh. It's Grom. But Grom is, at this point, eyes rolling, freaking out, stomping, throwing Grom's mane.
So to just handle an animal is base DC of 10. However, it adds 2 if it's not combat trained.
I see.
2 to the DC.
Oh, wait, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking at the wrong table. I need to be looking at Ride. Duh, that's why I couldn't find it. Now we're going to take even longer on rule stuff.
Never mind, yeah, I was looking at the wrong one too.
To fight with a combat-trained mount. Oh, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Just give me the control mount in battle, which is a 20. So
Ooh.
I will.
It's a ride check or
it's a ride. Yeah. So go ahead and re-roll it. Or rather, what I'll say is you can re-roll a ride check, but if you fail it, that takes Senia's turn. It may be more mechanically beneficial to just dismount.
Yeah, we gotta get Ksenia that sleeve.
Can I get off the horse?
Yeah, you can take a move action.
I'd rather do that.
Okay, fair enough. And so it was.
Get off the horse.
Okay.
Bye, Grom.
I'm a shoot. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You cut
And
out.
now.
I heard I'm a shoe, but I assumed you might be shoot
I'm
someone.
gonna shoot my bow at this guy right there.
Okay.
Use your helm.
Well, he's attacking you, right?
That is indeed the case. Using the helm would make him flat-footed, which would be useful for you because without precise shot, since the dire wolf is in melee, you would be firing at a -4 penalty.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use my helm first.
Okay.
Only use it as part of your attack.
Okay, yeah, you know what I mean. Part of my
Right, yeah.
attack. And I'm gonna give it my best shot.
Fire away.
Fire away! And so you do. Yeah, that definitely connects. Not for a whole heck of a lot of much, but
In the
Kato,
helm, so it's against flat-footed.
Kato drops. It would have hit the standing, even without the size
that
shot.
one though.
That one on damage roll.
One dough. Bam! Hello, Achilles.
Which one are you? The one, the warg or the wolf?
The wolf that tripped me down.
Okay,
Did we lose Tommy?
No, I'm here.
I think so.
Can you hear me now?
That would be a problem,
Oh
huh?
my god, you can't hear me, can you? Hello? Oh, pip. Oh, pippy pip.
Fire
Ah,
away.
pippy pip, pippy pip.
John.
Now
Tom's
you can hear
back.
me.
There he
I
is.
shouted fire away so loud. And no one heard it. I'm so pissed. I hate everything. So Kato falls down. Kato sees the arrow stick into the direwolf. The direwolf is more concerned with the food in front of the direwolf. Is there anything else from Senia?
Nope.
All right, so
Rolls are great to hit. Rolls minimum damage.
hey, you take all the help you can get, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, remind me, the horse is not blessed. The horse was out of range.
Correct. Yep.
Everybody should be blessed except for Senya and Grom.
Gotcha. So that means my will is... It seems fair. I'll leave it up to the RNG to decide what Grom does right now, because Grom is freaking out. And Grom takes off.
Oh,
See you, Grom.
Bye,
Bye.
Grom.
Due north at a run.
Don't drink any demon blood.
whoa.
But then you'll have a better horse. Oh, wait, never mind. I get the Warcraft joke. Damn.
There you go.
I did it first.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. As for the mules are at... Oh my god. Okay, so the mules are gonna panic. The mules are going to run. This one is going to be the first one, and it provokes
Those mules are
the
dead.
They might not be. I blessed them.
A 12, I think, hits. It does. The 12 does hit. I forget. That's kind of the noise a direwolf makes. It sounds like ow.
Yeah.
8 plus 6 for that much. My con is... I gotta make that noise again. That's just the noise I make now. That much. Okay.
Sound of donkey legs being crushed by the jaws of a direwolf.
That's probably... This one gets...
Yikes.
It turns
No
and
problem.
starts running Artoris's direction, and then this wolf bites it in the flank, and it collapses on the ground. This one is going to do the same, and is a little better at it, because, well, can't provoke no more. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Wait, does the donkey see the see the pack of wolves is running towards?
And it believes they are real.
Oh jeez.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35 can get there. And
Out of the frying pan, eh, buddy?
out of the frying pan and into a lot of fires. Many fires. Don't trample me! It didn't trample you. No, it did not. What a horrible way to go. Alright, Clea.
Oh my god.
All right. Clear will look back and see all the confusion going on behind him,
As
And-
Grom moves off
and
the board.
shout out, "Perlavash!" And then she'll see the donkey run away and go, "My bear trap!" And then she'll turn back. She'll turn back to the warg and go, "No, now I'm mad." And then I'll attack.
And now the rage hits. That's a number.
That's a big number.
Oh, barbarians. 21. And if you'd like to flavor it.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll turn back and say, "No, I'm mad," and then take her sword and stab it like right underneath the warg's throat, because it's stop it talking that gibberish that it's talking, and then just yank it back out, severing the rib cage, and several innards spill out.
Works for me.
Why?
Yeah.
Why so graphic?
Because it's what we do.
Fun.
Can I get let me get a perception check from Cal real quick. Let me
Sure.
get them pointy ears real quick. So there is, as you do this, definitely the warg is dead, but you hear the sounds of. Oh wait, never mind. I saw a 30. Forget it.
Yeah, that was my bad. I clicked the wrong one.
Hear the sounds of the warg dropping. Anything else? I trust you guys to not metagame. You're one of my better patron groups.
Sure. I'm going to. I mean, now that I see that out there, I'm just going to drop the great sword and well, I guess I can put it. I'll just sheath my great sword and get ready to draw the death to all Fae.
Can I get a
I
quick
feel like
knowledge nature check from Kalira?
Sure.
It feels relevant. That's a check you can make. So,
Nope.
Pearl of Ash is a fairy dragon. Fairy dragons are true dragons, not fae.
You love to see it.
By typing. So, like, death to all fae would not hurt Pearl of Ash any more than a giant bludgeoning instrument would hurt everyone.
Oh my goodness, it's so sweet. I love it.
I really wish I would have waited. Why isn't my Bane triggering, Tommy? What the hell? Well, make a knowledge check. But Kato. Start calling Kato Gimli. I really wish Senio would have killed the dire wolf with that shot. I would have had.
Actually, like,
Direwolf just
I wanted to
fall
move
Kato.
too. By the
Do
way,
you know what's really
Yeah, sure, go
annoying?
ahead.
You know what's really annoying?
one-
Oh, sorry, go.
get boo. Guess I could just drop down here, right?
Yep,
That
seems
should
good.
be.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Dill.
All right. I'm gonna stand up.
Alrighty, it provokes an attack of opportunity
Don't crit me again.
versus as the attack of opportunity happens as Kato is prone. So let me double grab what that does as I roll the magic numbers here. It's a 13, however. A 13 against your prone AC may be good enough. Because I think, not helpless. I don't want the helpless condition. Your armor class -4. Not flat-footed. I wasn't sure if prone made you flat-footed or not. Would that get there?
So, so my AC, just my normal AC, is 20 right now.
So then it would be a 16 and I miss.
Yeah. Also, I want to ask you something. So I have mobility, which gives me a +4 against attacks of opportunity when I make a movement.
Mm-hmm.
When I move, does that count standing up from prone as well?
No,
Just for future.
standing up from prone is its own action.
Okay. It just uses my move, but it's not a move, right?
Yeah, move equivalent.
Move equivalent. Okay.
Move adjacent.
Fair enough. Gotcha. All right. So I missed it anyway. I was just curious for future reference if that helps. All right. Now I'm standing, and I am going to wreck you, stupid wolf. I'm pissed. I'm angry.
yeah, but you can't raid.
Cal cheers on in the back your fall from grace. Get him, Fop!
And every time I'm angry, I always roll awful on my attacks. So this is going to be great.
Yeah, we should all say that. Yeah, you did. You missed. I was gonna be like, you're talking yourself down. Oh wait, you're blessed, aren't you?
I'm blessed. +1.
Then it hits.
Hey.
For minimum damage.
Good enough for me.
Hey, Del, you can drop a 1 in the temp attack thing at the bottom of your
Yeah, I
attack
know. I'm going to
list.
start doing that.
Makes it so much easier.
Anything
Yeah,
else
for
from
the-
Kato?
Nah, that's all I got.
Alrighty.
I get up, I stumble to my feet, swing my sword a little sloppily, I guess, and it just like clips the side of the wolf's like jaw, but doesn't cut deep.
Bloody its muzzle a little. Okay, I have 2 intelligence. The thing that was commanding me is dead. I don't want to necessarily chase down the mules if something is threatening me. Yeah, okay, I've justified it to myself. Time to attack. This attack is going at unanimal companioned doggo.
Dog meat.
Not dog meat.
Dog meat.
Easy.
Dog meat.
Dog meat's over here. Dog meat is much more powerful.
The other one has a name too, just so you guys know.
Yeah, dog meat.
It is not dog meat. I did an entire RP about this.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, oh, I remember the RP.
I remember his name being hard for me to pronounce. I remember that.
God damn
And you
it.
immediately
I don't remember the
It's a
name.
girl.
started it. As soon as I heard it, I was like, I can't pronounce that, so I just tossed it out of my brain.
I do also remember that the guard dogs had some stuff for their AC, if I remember correctly. I'm looking
They
at
had-
an AC of 13.
They had hide armor.
Okay, so then a 25 would still hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, got it. And gonna do
Direwolves are rolling.
25, damn.
Yeah, they were.
They are. The RNG really likes direwolves, but it doesn't like them to trip doggos, I don't think. Yeah, no, not quite. So this wolf bites into... Remind us the name of this dog.
Reika.
And it actually probably starts off as when dogs are fighting and they're kind of jumping up on each other and biting at each other's mouths, but then the dire wolf, whose mouth is much bigger, gets around and gets into Reika's throat. Reika does that hurt dog whine and comes back, still standing but not looking the best. And am I more afraid of... I'll roll for it. I'm not smart. A 1 is Minoru, a 2 is... Never mind, it's Minoru. Alright, at Minoru's armor class, -4. Okay. I don't know why I
The
have to-
dynamite rolling has to end soon. Okay.
Would a 13 hit Minoru's AC -4?
A 13 will not. Oh wait, AC's or Minoru's AC -4. No, it will not.
Okay, understood. So,
I was gonna say, the thing's got 20 AC, right?
alrighty, and then it passes to Ionia. I guess at the top of the round, if Ionia wants to make another will save. I didn't do it for Kato because Kato obviously has other problems right now.
I'm a little distracted. I'm not looking behind me.
Okay, so then as far as Ionia is concerned, at the top of the turn, there are a lot of wolves coming at you from the south.
I mean, 1 second. Is it if it's close, my warning talisman might affect that. I'm looking at what I've got. So that'd be a 15.
Okay, still not quite good enough.
Okay. I am going to take the 5-foot step back. I will cast Shield on Minoru.
Okay.
And then he's going to try to move to flank with Cal.
Okay.
Is that going to provoke?
No, that would be a 5-foot step, and
Oh, okay.
I believe you. Are you still prone? Or did you?
No,
switch it?
he picked himself up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
he
it.
picked
Okay.
himself up the last time.
Cool.
And remind me, what does he get for flanking?
Yeah, +2, I believe. I actually am totally brain farting. In any case, it hits.
And that's obviously on this one.
Alrighty. Oh, that one needs to take. Excuse me, I forgot my bleed damage. And then 9 more. Hockey dokie. Cool. Anything else from you?
Nope.
Alrighty. This dog has been trained to fight. Yeah, it's gonna do a big ol' heckin' bite. In theory. Oh, boom, that should be 1 higher. Actually, it hits. For not a horrible amount of damage, as the dire wolf and Reika continue to do a heckin' tussle. And wow, I think actually no, not quite. Never mind. It's really, really close. It's almost enough. Reika is able to push the dire wolf on its back, but they are just too beat up to get much more than a scratch in. And Artoris.
How's this? Is this mule in front of me bleeding out?
Yeah, it's still alive, but not for much longer.
It's fine. The gear is there and it's safe. The one that's running away with our shit is the problem. Get it with chains. Trip it.
I mean, how are we gonna get all of our stuff back?
I mean,
The
I don't
mule
think
is worth like 40 gold. The shit that's on it is worth like 400 gold. You need to kill that
Yeah,
mule.
but if the mule dies, then we can't get our stuff back anyways.
We can set up a camp here. Someone can go back, get our wagon. I'm sure, what's his name? I don't know. We could.
He doesn't remember.
The wagon is probably gonna take a while to arrive.
Yeah, that's true. But if the mule keeps running off into the wilderness, then we lose our shit forever.
I like how Kato's still holding on to his camping supplies as he has a literal castle.
Right.
Well, we still need to bring it with us because
That's
we
fair.
Yeah, I
can't
mean, we spend a lot of time.
teleport it. We can't teleport it from the castle every time we need it. Yet.
Indeed.
I'm gonna cast. Well. Ooh, wait. The mule's next to me and bleeding. That's blood. All right, I'm gonna use chain.
Okay.
On which one? Has the one on the left taken damage?
Yes. This one is much worse off. This one has been bitten by Reiko once.
All right. Well, Kalira's over there, so I'm not too worried about that one. I'll attack the one on the left. Remind me how to do these shenanigans.
Chains. What's the name of the spell?
It's this guy right here.
Barb chains.
Do I have to roll?
I'll grab it in just a sec. When you get a chance, you could copy the text from the entry into your spell, and it will give it to us. You summon a chain.
Oh,
from
yeah, I
another
have
realm,
it.
causing it to do the thing. You can either have it make a melee attack, and there it is, or have it try to trip the wolf.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna make a melee attack, and I summon a second one, correct?
Yes. So then it's a d20 plus your base attack plus your wisdom. 2 of those to try to hit the wolf.
Plus base attack, so 3.
And then your wisdom, which I believe is 4.
Yep.
So d20 plus 7 twice. Okay.
That's pretty hot.
That definitely hits. So does that one. They both connect.
And then I roll for damage.
Yep.
Isn't the damage auto calcs?
I don't know, is it?
Looks like it's not in there. So it'd just be roll 2d6. And then I need to will save twice.
Oh, you son of a... Oh, 10 and 17. Okay, yeah.
So 8 points of damage. The first one hits and the wolf kind of turns and doesn't look the best. Starts getting a little shaken, if you will, but it doesn't get any worse when it doesn't go to frightened, unfortunately.
Okay.
Anything else from Artoris?
I will also... So this red, how did we... Is that...
That is the... To cross that square is to start going uphill.
Okay. I'm also going to move... let's say... here...
Wrong way. The mule's the other way.
I'm thinking about the things that are attacking us right now.
Sorry, I need to kill this wolf so I can go kill that mule.
Why would you need to kill the mule?
I can't stop it from running.
Why can't you?
I'll try, but if I
It's got a
fail,
leash.
it's got a. It does
He's
have.
like, I'll try. You didn't even say anything about trying. You went
Right.
straight to, I'm gonna go kill them.
Right.
Well, I don't tolerate, cowards and traitors.
Wow.
Oof. And in fact, it does go off the board as it runs up the hill.
Back to
And
lawful evil.
We have people
It's a
who
good
track.
thing we have. Yeah, exactly.
And I want to, I think I can make them... Yes, I can. Okay, so then... The illusory wolves continue stalking forward. I almost want to flavor text it as they're snapping, but they're not snapping. And Wolfie here is going to try to attack Kato again.
He will try. He will
try.
fail. I will I will attempt parry.
Brave and confident in the face of adversity. Okay. This time for good reason.
All right, and now I will kill him. +1 though.
Which is enough for it to just hit.
Just hit. I'm just hitting with blast 2 turns in a row.
Abadar is like, you hit, the fur is a little too matted, but somehow your sword goes over and scratches it across the eyes, and then you go again, and somehow you get its throat. It's starting to get wore down, but it looks too hungry or crazed to back off.
Not minimum damage again. Low damage, but not minimum at least.
And Senia.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help with this wolf, right? And I'm gonna shoot at it again.
Unfortunately, the 11 does not quite confirm, but if you'd like to flavor it.
So I take better aim this time and let loose my arrow, and it hits true into its flank and pierces its heart, and it goes.
I'm so tempted.
Pierces its heart. Ooh,
So
gruesome.
tempted to ask Kato for a reflex save to not have the dire wolf fall on top of him, but I'm not going to do it. That
You know
only
what?
counts as one because you'd pass it with flying colors.
Yeah, you know what? Just because you brought it up. Oh, where is it? There it is.
Indeed, the dire wolf does tumble down the hill, but Kato backflips in place and it doesn't land on him. Anything else from Kalira? Or from Senia?
I would like to roll higher than a 10 on D20s today. That would be great.
Nah, you good.
It's been single digit all day.
Am I able to move over?
You used your nat 20 on that perception check.
Yeah.
Am I able to move over to the wolf, like over here?
Yeah.
So I'll just do that.
Alrighty. Kalira.
Alright. Kalira will still yell out, "Where are you, you stupid dragon? I know you're here. Show yourself." And then I'm gonna kill the wolf. Since I
That's
can't
good
kill a
enough that
dragon.
everybody gets the +4 to the will save to disbelieve the illusion. And if you'd like to flavor it.
Sure. She'll just take her blade. She's still like looking around for Perlevash. She's not even looking at the direwolf. She just swings and like cuts its front leg off, and then as it's rolling down on the ground, it finishes it with a stab down on its throat. Perlevash, where are you? And I'm going to keep running towards these wolves. How close can you get these wolves? Let's see. How's it? In my turn.
Okay. At that point, I guess if Kato, Ionia, and I think Senia as well, if you guys could make the will saves again, cackling madly looking for Perlevash is good enough for me.
If I fail this, it's going to look like Cal just ran into a den of wolves by himself. This would be awesome. I kind of want to fail.
Senia believes, yes.
I kind of want to fail this too, so I can be like, "Oh shit, he's gonna die."
Yeah,
She's
I'm
gonna
thinking
die.
to myself, Kalira's
That's an 18 with the +4, so I
So
think
Kato's good, Ioni is good. They both like, oh, that's a delusion. But Senia, no. It looks like Kalira's charging 4, 8, 12, 20 wolves.
20 wolves.
20 wolves.
I
Just got
can't.
insane.
And Kato. All right. Can I see? I know the mule went off the board, but can I? How far off the board did he run?
His move speed is 40. The 1, 2. Those squares were difficult terrain, and he couldn't run. He had to double move, so 20, 30. He's probably about 70 feet off the board.
70 off, like beyond. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like, there's no way I could catch him.
Which mule was this?
The first
The north one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zorn.
Which name was that? Zorn?
Zorn.
Oh, he didn't have that much on him. He had
my shit.
Oh, he had the pavilion.
Toth had your guys' crap. Zorn
That's all
had
he
my
cares
crap.
about.
Oh, that's funny.
That is not
But I mean,
funny.
Like blanket, you're wearing the cold weather outfit.
We could still track him.
Like,
Has our-
really, the only thing that's super valuable is the pavilion.
Yeah, he has the pavilion, the tent. We can't.
We can still track him down. It's okay, Del. It's not gone forever.
No, but we better catch him before nightfall, because he has our entire camping set up.
We got dogs.
I know. I'm just saying. We gotta. I would have
We have
just.
dogs and we have our horse's ridiculous survival.
We should have just chained
It's
it.
true.
We should have just tripped it with barbed chains and then called it. Then I would have ran over
In
it.
character, you want me to worry more about the mule running away than the two wolves directly in front of me that were mauling someone. The guard dogs of someone I'm supposed to be protecting. That's. What you want me to do.
No. I mean, no, not really, but kinda. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can kill this.
So basically, what he's saying is that
Fob lifestyle retains itself, whether or not you get disowned.
his camping equipment is more valuable than any of our lives.
Do you know how much those boots cost?
I mean, yeah, I'm not. Do you really want to know if that's true?
Probably not.
I mean, I can answer that question if you want, but you wouldn't like the answer.
After I do this whole thing about like, oh, I need to trust these people.
Yeah. Well,
It's like Ionia's life or my camping supplies. Well, friends are replaceable.
Are you kidding?
I can find new friends.
Camping supplies are replaceable.
I know. I'm just kidding. All right, I'm killing this wolf, or I'm attempting to.
All right.
man, you really need to stop calling your shot.
I know.
I mean,
Okay.
There.
does
Oh,
it?
there it is. You call it every time, it'll work eventually.
And if you'd like
Right.
to play it.
Would I like to? Absolutely. So I got a bite on my arm. I've been pulled down into the dirt onto a dirty hill. I'm all got like soot, got mud on my cape.
Dirty hell.
My tabard is like got grass stain on it. And then he sees his mule run off with all of his valuable cargo. He's just like, what the ever living F is going on here? These stupid. He's just in a rage. He sees the last surviving direwolf. Grabs his sword, two-handed over his head, charges in, and with all of his might, hacks the head straight off from the neck. As it drops to the floor, he looks at the group and he says, now that that's over with, we gotta go get our shit.
Immediately. Not concerned about
Immediately.
the illusions or anything like that.
I mean, Cal seems to have that under control.
Okay.
He looks to he looks to Senya and says, "Where's your horse?" Because he wasn't really paying attention when that happened. Where's your horse?
Senny is probably wide-eyed at this moment as there are a bunch of wolves just moving at Kalira.
Yeah,
Where's your horse?
it's so I still see it on the board over there. Like it hasn't run off.
It doesn't have difficult terrain. It has run as a feat, I'm 90% sure, and it's very far north, taken off.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
See it back at the castle.
Yeah, Grom took
Grom
off.
knows where home is.
Oh boy.
Okay. Can I get a spellcraft check from anybody who can make it?
Sounds like my forte. I don't even worry about it, Esker.
I mean, should I even bother?
Yeah,
With
29's
that
more than
roll?
good enough. 29's killed it. Dropping out of invisibility, flying about 30 feet above the hill, is an old friend.
What?
He points a wand down, and you can't quite hear him. The wind is kind of picked up. You hear a little something sardonically in his little kobold voice. Old Tartuk casts magic missile from a wand.
Oh, it's Tartuk!
Oh, wow.
Wait, what's he riding on?
He's flying.
He's just
Like
flying.
he himself is flying. He's not on something.
Yeah, he's
Or
flying.
like
He's
on a
flying,
photo.
yeah.
As if he, with a 29, I'll give you a second. It appears he's cast fly on himself, and he's dropped out of invisibility.
How far
To
away is
attack
he?
us.
He's in that square, 30 feet
Right up here.
And you guys said he couldn't do things in invisibility. I knew it.
He can do things in invisibility. That's why,
I
by
know.
casting an offensive spell, he's dropped out. Reika takes 3 points of damage and falls unconscious.
That's rude.
This mule takes 2 points of damage, and I will double check your con score.
It was basically on death's door already, wasn't it?
Still standing.
Oh, good old top.
At death's
I'm
door.
all right.
Oh, by the way. And yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm mathing.
Yeah, same. Time for good old a squared plus b squared is c squared.
Oh, you have to Pythagorean your
That
range
came up in
because he's
Carrion
30
Crown,
feet up.
and one of my players showed up late to us calculating a squared plus b squared plus c squared, not knowing what we were doing at all. And he just, what the hell game are we playing?
You don't use the cheat where it's just like every other diagonal squares too.
Okay, so I'm bad at math. If he's 55 feet away and 30 feet up, that's less than 140 feet.
62 at a diagonal right now. 62 and a half. 63. We'll round up. He's 63 feet away
I love
at
you
diagonal.
so much. I love having people in my life who can. Is that the a squared plus b squared is c squared? Is that the?
Yes. That's what the Pythagorean theorem calculator that I brought up on Google says. If you have 55 on like the x-axis and 30 on the y-axis, then the diagonal axis is 63.
I
Rounded
didn't know
up.
there was a Google calculator for that. That's
Oh, there's Google calculators for everything.
Thank you, Google. We thank our Google overlords on this day. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, we have to make sure all of the words we say are 4 syllables minimum so we don't violate COPPA. That's a thing.
Wait, what?
It's totally a joke.
Oh.
I'll tell you all
Alright.
later.
Well, I just made Tartuk glittery. If he does not, if he doesn't pass the DC.
All right, big guy, you got this.
Who are you
I
rooting
am
for?
the mighty Tartuk.
Oh!
I suck.
He is so glittered.
And he begins probably like cartwheeling in the air a little.
Got him.
Got him indeed.
Took the spell for you.
He got glitter bombed.
He did.
So it's not Pervlavash, Cal, but it's the next best thing.
No, this is better. This is better than Perma.
I disagree. I
I
mean,
kind of want to kill this guy.
I do too, but that little fairy dragon is still my number one most wanted right now. But he made me step in poo.
Oh my God.
As you do. Okay. Does Minoru have anything Minoru does?
Oh, I forgot. I guess he's gonna go line himself up and be ready to catch this boy if he falls. How fast can he move? There's speed on here somewhere.
40, I believe.
It's 40.
And
40.
once you cross the red line, the squares are double.
I have speed
Also-
55 for him.
Don't use the ruler. It's not accurate. Each square's 5 until you get to terrain,
Well,
and each
yeah,
square's 10.
It'd be accurate to hereabouts, right?
Mm.
Well, we'll do it this way. Wait, every other diagonal is twice as much, right?
You got
Yeah.
it.
So it goes
5,
5,
15,
15, 20,
20.
then
Is
30.
square difficult terrain?
That's the start of it. Yeah.
That's
Okay, what's
40.
that one? Okay.
You- you
I have 55 for him. Is that wrong?
It might be 50. 55 seems weird unless you had a way to buff it.
Okay, we'll go there. Well, either way, he has. If he's not attacking, he could take double move, right?
Yes.
So yeah, we'll put him here. This seems like a fair place.
All right, done.
I saw that.
And Arcturus.
I'm going to.
chain his ass down here.
Yeah, well, can you trip a flying creature? I would imagine not.
What you can do is you can damage him, and if he takes damage, he has to make fly checks. Otherwise, he'll lose altitude.
I feel like the chain should be able to reach up and just grab him and like pull him down instead of trip.
Cool.
That's what it does, right? When it trips someone, it grabs them and pulls them to the ground.
I'm going to relocate all the way over here.
You know,
And then that'll.
we don't really know how those chains work because Aska never flavors it.
He's Shinnok. We've been over this. He's just
I mean,
Shinnok.
I read the description that he posted. It comes out of the ground, grabs the target, and either pierces them for damage or grabs them and pulls them down to trip. But I digress.
You digress.
All right. Senya's turn?
Yes. I'm not sure if Arcturus wanted to cast something.
Did we lose him?
If he doesn't,
I think he used like a ton of moving it over there.
Oh, did he double? I think he double moved
Okay.
5 times.
sure. So,
30. Yeah, he did a double move.
so if I can get a will save from Senya.
He also said AFK, so I imagine he wouldn't go AFK if he still had things to do.
Alright, I'm gonna take these off the board now. Now Senya and the whole party truly believes that those are illusions.
Yeah. All right. It's time to shine. I'm turn my helm on.
It's got a switch.
And one of the horns on the stag helm just kind of turns a little. But before you commit to that, Tarjuk has presently lost his dexterity to AC because he's blind.
Oh, so it doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
It would just be wasting it.
you're already there.
Just shoot him. Dead. Deadly aim.
I'm gonna do deadly aim on my long.
I'm sure that's still your first range increment.
Pow!
Kapow, indeed, that does hit. And Tartuk will make a fly check. He has a sizable neg. Nevertheless, is still good enough. He says something in... Ionia probably understands like 1 in every 3 words as he begins frantically cursing in Undercommon. As the arrow sticks in, and he probably drops like 2 feet and then picks up a little bit. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
And Kalira.
Clear will I guess I'll move double speed up the hill. See. So I got 6 squares. No, that's 3. These are halved. I think that's correct.
It's good enough.
Dan, that'll end my turn.
Alrighty, get him.
I will 5. Give me 1 sec.
I need to prevent metagaming really quickly on my own part. +10. Okay. Ionia, remind me what level spell is Glitter Dust?
It is a second level.
Never mind. He has no idea what you cast on him. He just can't see.
All right. I'm going to move here, and I'm going to scowl at him. Grrr. With Intimidate.
That was pretty intimidating.
I'm pretty intimidated. I'm shaking in my boots.
All these growls today.
4. I have a +10 to my Intimidates. I roll a bloody 4.
Tartuk can't see you and is...
Oh, right. He has to be able to see me in order to...
I mean, it mechanically would work. He can hear you. I'm just flavor texting the fail is he can't see you and wants to leave right away. And on that note, Tartuk is unaware that that Glitter Dust was cast on him. He just suddenly can't see and is panicking. He does cast invisibility on himself. So what happens is he disappears and there's a faint, shimmery, glittery kobold flying through the air, I suppose. As he moves, he has to make an acrobatics check because he is blinded. He gets to save, I think, at the end of the round. Yeah. But he can't negate the outline. He can only negate
the blind.
And I don't have any acrobatics. What's wrong with you, Tartuk? What's your dex, Tartuk? You got any dexterity? You got some dexterity. He needs to get a 10. And okay, fair enough. So he doesn't fall.
Yeah.
He takes off. He's going to try to roll against Glitter Dust at the end of the turn. +3. Whoop. That is not a -3. That's a +3. That's my over.
Mm-hmm.
So he has an 18, which I think just passes. So he's no longer blind at the end of his turn, and he moves.
DC is a 17, so
30 feet. So he is then 20 feet more off the board. I'll leave him there because he's certainly still, as it passes to Ionia, somebody could probably get him. And
So he's still glittery, even though he's...
Yeah. He can only save
Oh.
against the blindness. You see an outline of him 30 feet more, or 20 feet more off the board than where he is now.
I really want to help my pup, but I also really want to take this guy down. So, bam!
Okay. If I could get my volunteer.
Oh, I actually might have to move first. I forgot that he's a little moving. So I'll move as close to him as I can before I do that. 20.
Okay. Makes him 45 feet away, actually 65 feet away, and 30 feet up. So I guess I should get in the habit of having that open.
You want the calculation again?
If you would, please.
All right. So how far away?
65 and 30.
He is 72 away.
Which
diagonally.
means he's still in your first range increment, which means it hits.
Okay, cool.
Hell.
No longer blind.
4 points.
So he did roll a 1, I think, there. So he does. The glittery shimmeriness does drop about 10 feet as he's not looking, and the crossbow bolt hits him in the back of the head. And again, in Undercommon, something unfriendly, and down he goes by 10 feet.
And just for flavor, I'll point at him, and because he's invisible now, so he's just glittery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for flavor, I'll just point at him and say something like "there," in case anybody else isn't aware that he's the glittery thing.
In case I wasn't aware.
And Artoris?
Shoot him. Kill him. Finish him off.
I mean, I'm not shooting him. I'll tell you that.
Saying all these
Or
things.
give. Wait. If you give Senya haste, will she get? Does that let her shoot her bow twice?
Yeah.
Full attack. So you could haste Senya and let her take a double tap with her big bow.
That's right. I still have that move.
Or
That
you
would
could
be really
me.
haste
in a-
you, and so you could try to run up and throw 2 javelins.
No, I'm gonna tackle it.
It's still 20
30
feet in the air.
in the air.
It's 10
Well,
feet in the
10,
air.
It's
10
20
feet
now.
I can
It
jump
drops
that
down.
high. I can jump that high. I can. I'm joking.
Cal took Raging Leaper and hasn't talked about it at all until right now. Yeet!
Yeah, it has to go to Senya. I can't reach you if I'm gonna haste.
That's
Cal. I will haste Senya.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Good
So
call. I kind of forgot about
I
that.
could,
move.
I'd have to resist it anyway. I was joking.
And your range, Senya's range increment is 110.
She should be fine.
Yeah,
Like 90%
Oh, yeah.
sure.
she's easy. I mathed that she's good. Now that is worth helming because he's not blinded anymore, right?
Correct.
Now you could use your helmet and double tap his ass. Boom, boom.
All right.
Does the helmet work for just one attack or for the round?
That is a wonderful question. I will.
She has 2 more uses. She has
Click
2
it.
more uses of it today, so she could use it twice if she had to. But
Let's
just
take a look.
seeing if she needs it.
Let's
Look at
learn
the-
all about the Stag Lord again. Oh boy. Hello, Stag Lord, Mr. Deer Person. I should have made him an Animal Lord. It would have been so much more fun. Alrighty. Once per day, the helm may called upon to enhance any ranged attack made by an insightful shot, activating as a free action. So it is a once per day thing.
Right, but she's a wrestle, so it's 3 times per day.
Yes, that's right. I forgot
She's used
about
it
that.
once, so she has 2 left.
Once activated, the next ranged attack against the target within 30 feet is made as if the target were flat-footed.
Okay, so you could burn both uses if you need to, if the first shot doesn't.
But also,
Doesn't kill
Tartark's
him.
not within 30 feet.
Yeah.
That has a 30 feet range. All right, well,
All right. I'm just gonna do
Smith.
deadly.
deadly aim.
Double tap it. One.
Okay. The first one hits.
It's my second one.
And if you'd like to flavor it.
Yeah.
Take that, you big mean kobold shaman. As I
Oof.
Got him.
Got him!
Didn't have to make it so personal.
Well,
take 2 arrows and loose them both at him.
And he does. The first one killed him. I think 12 is enough to have put me into that much of negative. If that didn't, the immediate fall kills him. He's not good. There's a glittery pile of road pizza on the ground over here. Probably don't eat that pizza. And initiative is off, but my immediate next question as I kill initiative is, if someone doesn't go stabilize Reka now, Reka could die.
I will go stabilize Rika.
Alright, so go ahead and give me a heal check or the casting of any kind of divine magic that would heal.
How about stabilize?
Oh, how about that cantrip? That works. Reka is stable at -3. This mule, unfortunately, expired.
Aww.
I thought Arcturus stabilized the mule.
No.
Arcturus!
A Taurus!
he had more important
Couldn't
things to do.
justify casting stabilize on the mule while the 2 wolves were.
Yeah, he was stabilizing. The wolf was like, oh, it's a meal. Just ate the stabilized wolf.
What's that spell failure? Can stabilize fail?
If it was a person, I
someone
would
had
have
to
done
roll
it,
against
but
it.
it was a mule. I could.
It could fail if I cast it on Cal and he doesn't want to be stabilized
Right.
because
It could also fail if any of you racially or through a magic item got spell resistance, because spell resistance is something that you have to turn off and it's universal. So if you were playing like a drow and somebody tried to stabilize you, that someone has
Gotcha.
to roll over your spell resistance.
Okay.
I just wasn't sure what that thing where it said 3, where it said there was a 20 and it.
It
how-
auto calcs all the rolls in one macro.
Gotcha.
How
Okay,
damaged
cool.
is everyone? Anyone?
Sorry, what?
How damaged is everyone?
I'm scratched. I'm cool. We have much more pressing matters than patching up a scrape on my arm. We have two loose animals that need to be tracked down ASAP.
Okay, well, you might not be the only one who's injured. I'm gonna go ahead and heal Rick.
Yeah, your dog is the only other one that.
So, you mentioned earlier Grom knows the way home. So is he like just took off like back to castle?
Oh
or
no, I was being facetious.
Okay.
I was making a Bill the Pony joke because this is basically the two towers at this point. But yeah, he's Grom is certainly trackable, as is the mule. The ground is like it's not frozen over yet. Things are still leaving tracks.
Okay.
We probably want to split into two parties to track the horse and mule because, as we're tracking one, the other's going to get further away. I also want to take a trophy from Tartuk.
Okay. I will grab Tartuk's... I know you're not asking for this, but he does have some loot on him.
Yeah, I mean,
is
I
he
want
actually...
a scale or a tooth or something.
Now that he's dead, is he still a kobold?
Yes.
I was actually going for loot. So, Del, what are you doing over here? You're supposed to be looking for a mule.
I'm going after my horse.
Yeah, it'll eventually get tired and stop running, or you'll probably eventually be able to catch up to it after given enough time spent tracking it. But you shouldn't go alone, because what if it runs across some other wild animals like more wolves or bandits or something? So,
I mean, it sure seems like this whole thing was staged by Tartuk.
Yeah, but we're in the wilderness. People die out here all the time.
What if I run across Parlavash?
Yeah, what if Parlavash is out there too?
I mean, if you're scared,
it's not about being scared. It's about being smart.
It's about being scared.
It's about being scared.
Well, all I'm saying is I'm not going with Senya because I'm going after my mule. So someone should probably accompany her, and it'd be nice if someone accompanied me.
I mean, I will happily accompany Senya. I've been wanting to take down Tartuk for a while. I'm getting a trophy first.
Okay. There's certainly whatever it is you'd want to pull off him. I put his loot in loot.
I just Cal's
magic wand of magic missiles. Great.
Putting all this stuff in her sack.
Sickle.
I just want a scale. I'll just pluck a scale from him.
Okay.
And then I'll go help Senya.
Ooh, he has a journal.
He does indeed.
And I think
Dear diary.
I think our Taurus should go with Kato since he for some reason is really good at survival.
That's true.
When I was collecting taxes, I had to travel alone a lot.
I like to think that our Taurus is telling Kato this story as they're going to find the mule.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right, are we going to find this mule?
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
I'll
you and I.
resolve Grom first. Grom's a little easier. Let me get we'll call it skill challenges. Survival checks, 3 of them from everyone who wants to go find Grom.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, is it survival? My bad.
Yeah. Actually, we can sort of hand wave it. Does Minoru go with you?
Yeah.
Minoru can't fail. So, Ionia and Senia start looking around, but Minoru can pick up the trail ludicrously easily. You guys do find an uninjured and still kind of spooked, but not as freaking out as before Grom.
Should I handle animal
That would probably
to
be
calm him
wise.
down?
Yeah.
I can assist with that.
And you guys are more than good enough. Senia moves up to her loyal steed and takes probably about a minute all told, but Grom does calm down.
And you're like, we're going to get you combat trained.
Minoru tries to help.
And
It scares
scares it
Grum.
away. Scares Grum away.
And there's no more horse. Haha. Okay. So then, same story. That's resolved now for Artoris and Kato.
So you want 3 survival?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do to my rolls, Del? It's plus 11 too.
Woof.
I keep clicking the wrong thing.
I bet both of those rolls were greater than 10, weren't they? Yeah, they were. Okay. So Kato's a little flustered at first, but the two of you do eventually track down the mule. The mule is lying on the ground, just kind of panting and bleeding all over the place.
All right, so
And then Kalira shows up.
I'll
Yeah,
heal.
what?
so I,
Wait,
What,
where are
what
you?
took
Yeah.
you guys so long to get here? You guys looking for the meal too?
Do I need to stabilize it, or can I immediately use heal?
It's still breathing, but heal would not heal it at this point. It's a that mule got away literally with 1 hit point.
oh, so it's not like it won't die.
Yeah,
Basically, assuming it doesn't take any more external trauma.
yeah.
So what we're going to need to do, so we're going to need to get this
Not intern. We
safely.
can insult it and cause all the emotional, mental.
Right.
But
I think
meant
in
to-
5e
okay.
they call that cutting words.
Right.
Explode.
All right. So we need to get this mule back. We need to load everything from the dead mule onto this mule. It does have the carry capacity for both. It's just going to be under heavy load at that point, so it'll slow our trek home. But we can do it.
How much is on the mule?
About 250 pounds
Kalira
This
rolls
one?
her
No,
shoulders.
not on this one.
on each of them.
No, I'm talking about on this one.
Oh, this one specifically, I can tell you how much is on it.
That's why I asked you.
I said roughly, though. Yeah. All right. So, why you want to stuff in your backpack?
I mean, I could
You could just carry the
Probably
mule
carry
probably at this
I
point.
could probably carry most of, not the whole mule.
No, I mean, you
I
could
mean,
just
I had
pick up
to.
the
I mean,
mule.
if I was raging, maybe. But the whole,
For about a minute, Cal can just drag the body.
Right.
All right. So it was Zorn, right? Zorn has 120 pounds worth of stuff on him. The dead one, Toth, has 150 pounds on him.
yeah. I mean, oh, I'm not fatigued anymore. Hold on.
I mean, this one's fine. This one's alive. We just bring it back with us. It's the dead one that we need to worry about. It has 100 and
No, that's
144.5.
I can carry another 149 pounds.
Okay.
No,
I'm just saying we can throw it all on. We can just chuck everything on dead mule onto live mule. It'll be fine. It'll put it up to 250, which puts it into still medium actually. So we're okay. Or no, wait, medium is to 200. 201 to 300 is heavy. So
I'll just take some of it.
but
I
then
already got all the Tartuk stuff in my sack.
Wouldn't you be encumbered then or no?
I know. No, this would be heavy load. Fine.
Right. The mule would be heavy load too, but I think the mule's faster. Its general is.
Surely there won't be another ambush between here and Fort Stagg.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
It's improbable at best.
We're gonna.
just drop
It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna
It's
take. We're taking.
improbable at best.
It's fine. We're taking this mule back. We're taking this mule back. We're gonna take everything off the dead mule, all the bags and everything. We'll strap them all to the still living mule, and just continue.
You mean this
No big
barely
deal.
living mule?
Sure.
It's
I mean-
bleeding all over the place.
Shove a health potion down his throat or something. And
Yeah, I
keep
offered to heal it, but I guess we don't need to.
Yeah,
You certainly, it's got 1 hit point, and I guess also what I should say is it is like if you go to approach the mule is skittish and panicky.
Oh shit!
What
I should.
from the
have to
near death
handle
I need to-
experience.
I need to handle animal on it, don't I? I have handle animal.
And so does
Do you
Kalira.
really?
Kalira does
I-
not have a way with people, but she does with donkeys.
Oh, okay. And I will.
I'm already petting it.
And so does Kato.
But she has a -1 against noble mule.
No, I put 1 point. I put 1 point into handle animal when I bought these, just in case, and and it's charisma based, so I have a
Oh.
+4.
Never hurts to unlock the thing, yeah. Okay, yeah, Kato and Kalira together are able to calm the mule down.
Unless this mules and no.
All right, Esker. Despite what Tommy said, would you mind throwing a heal on it?
I am the king of the mules. And it's a
Sure.
14,
I
which
mean,
still
I can
succeeds.
use heal,
That's
the
what I-
skill.
Right. Well, something that gives it some hit points back, so that if a pebble,
If it trips on a pebble, it doesn't
it doesn't fucking
need to be stabilized.
Yeah.
How much time needs to pass for me to heal it at all?
If you want to use positive energy, 6 seconds. If you want to use a heal check, it would need to rest. So like 8 hours.
Positive energy?
Like Cure Light Runes.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Can I just give it a health potion?
Also that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's give it a heal minor wounds.
You come back
all right.
8 hours later, and they tell them, "Oh well."
Well, apparently they're skinning wolves. So
Is this
There,
the
5 hit points.
male or female of the mules, if there's a difference?
I think they are both male. If
They're
the
both
drought
male.
or anything to go by.
Kato leans
Yeah.
forward, pulls something out of his bag, and goes, "It's okay, boy." And the horse forgets that you had it run into by a train. I really like Red Dead Redemption. Leave me alone. Okay, so 6 hit points out of a max of 13.
All right, so it's good enough. It won't, like I said, trip on a rock and break its neck at this point.
Had those survival checks gone poorly from either of you, that would have been the result. Yes.
All right, cool. So we're good. We're gonna bring the mule back. No big deal. Where are our tokens? Bring me my mule token back. I demand my mule token.
I delete
Also,
it.
this one can be like, let me put a marker on this bad boy because he is dead.
Yeah, he's
Skull
super
crossbow.
dead. So why did I make a second token? We can just he's not dead. That's the token now. We just
No,
used
that's the
one.
dead one.
Damn
We
it,
don't-
Kato. We're off the board. Goodbye,
All right,
board.
fine,
If you would like to skin the dire wolves, make survival checks. I don't know how much they're
was
pelted.
there
Can we skin the
anything?
mule?
What about the warg?
Oh yeah, the warg. Did it have anything on it?
It did not.
Fur.
Does anybody want to?
I mean, we might as well skin all the things, right? The wolves, the dead mule.
I imagine we need 1 survival check each.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, no, you don't need any because Senia could take 10, and y'all aren't threatened. It's not hard. This is literally what she does. Okay,
Actual
so then
job.
they're the first thing that comes up.
Cal's not gonna skin no animals.
It depends. We don't have to. This group was really good at 3-hour debates on the ethics of things, so I hesitate to bring this up. The warg was sentient.
Right.
Yep.
Just float that out there.
It's a sentient, but otherwise, it's like taking the hide off or the bones from a dragon or something. Like it's not like we're skinning it. Like it's not like
It's not humanoid.
yeah, like taking the hide.
Ooh.
Taking dragon hide to make like dragon hide armor or dragon bone something. Like dragons are sentient, they're intelligent, but you still take their remains because they're
Yeah, but
And
I
then
would say
dragons
that's
and
actually
those who
not
revere them are very incensed at you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think that's actually just like you're saying. It is done, therefore we should do it, or it should be done. I don't agree with it. I actually think it's a legitimate point that it's sentient and we shouldn't skin it.
How much would it be worth? Like, does it have a valuable hide on it?
That will
Senya?
depend on who you try to sell it to. For the same reason that someone might be like, dragon hide, dope, I'll buy that from you. But then if a dragon comes by and sees it, or someone who worships a dragon god, they're going to be mad.
Bakken would probably be into it. Right?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, what I'm seeing is winter is coming. Winter is kind of here. This thing has a big, heavy pelt that could keep somebody warm.
Yes, an adult direwolf weighs, give or take, about 800 pounds. I'm not sure how much of that is hide,
no.
but
We're not worried about we're definitely skinning the dire wolves. We mean the we're just discussing the warg.
right, the
what kind of
warg
height
is
does it
probably
have?
about the same size. They would sell for the average like you could probably play it off. You could be like, this was a dire wolf hide, and no one's gonna, short of someone like Speak with Deading on a hide that has too much mouth and tongue and it starts like, I was sentient, this is poopy, like, you're probably fine.
Would anybody in the goblin would anybody in the party know if goblins would be upset if we killed and skinned a warg?
warg?
I don't know. what's their relationship?
What kind of
I know they're
or knowledge would that be? Like a knowledge
check
local?
that you guys kind of killed the knowledge check on the warg as it is, so I'll just give it to you. Wargs, usually speaking, they live with goblins, giants, things like that, and almost all the time when this happens, they are leaders of whatever group they've come in, either by, in some cases, just that threat of do what I say or I'll eat you. In some cases, they just show up, eat the chieftain of a goblin tribe. Look at me, I'm the captain now. So probably, like, the only groups that are probably going to be offended by that are, like, if this warg had friends, which is possible.
Yeah, Bach can be okay with it, I think. Yeah.
Bakken probably would be like, this was probably a long 3-hour moral debate for you, wasn't it? All for like 20 gold. Well done. Proud of you, Fop.
20 gold's 20 gold.
20 gold is 20 gold. Replace that dead mule ears.
We got Chester now. We don't.
All right, we're gonna
all
retire. I will say is I am lawful neutral, so I think I'm okay right here. But if I was lawful good, I would be putting up a stink. That's what I'll say.
Stink, huh?
So be it. 4 wargs are skinned, and
Whoa.
Or 4. I'm sorry. In second edition, wargs and direwolves get put much closer together in terms of like lore and things.
Turns out they were all wargs.
Oopsie.
All along.
Alrighty. So then we are.
Skin, Tartuk?
I mean, someone took a scale. But...
No, someone took a scale already. All right.
Yeah, no, I took no, she just took a scale.
To be honest with you, if you do that, I don't know how the Sootscales react. I thought I had a pretty good picture in my head of the Chiefs roleplay, but now I'm... What?
Oh, we definitely... Hold on. You took a scale. I think we should take the head back to Sootscale. They'll be...
Yeah.
I mean, the way he smashed that idol after we got it, the one that Tartuk used to, like, subjugate them, after the way he just, like, smashed it into a million pieces and was, like, happy to see, like, that Tartuk was gone, and he hated that effer. I think we bring the head back to him as a gift. That thing terrorized his tribe and sacrificed his members.
Well, you're asking me to behead a dead blood worshipping priest? No problem.
No problem.
You want
Cal
me to
cuts
do
off his
what?
head.
Done. And so it was. Anybody want to stop?
All right.
I have no problem with it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get and we'll put it on a platter and give it to.
I don't have a platter. I have a sack.
A sack is good enough.
I mean, I'm privately disgusted at the barbarism, but
putting it on a platter sounds a bit threatening.
Yeah, it's true. A bag, putting it in a sack is fine.
I also have his things in his bag.
That's fine.
Is it because he's bleeding all over the journal?
Nah, just put it in the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And put the stuff on top.
Journal. I'm sure someone grabbed
like grocery store style, like the eggs at the bottom.
Hold on.
Don't put the eggs at the bottom.
What's in the journal?
Okay. The journal is
learn
written.
Anything?
The journal is written in Undercommon.
Oh, but I'm sure what's his name? Bakken could translate it for us.
Didn't Ionia have like something now she can read anything or some shit?
She can give our language to anyone.
Yeah, I have share language, which is just verbal.
I was thinking it was comprehend language too. I thought you had that too.
No, I have very limited spells, so it doesn't really make sense for me to take both.
Right.
It's fine. We have someone back that we know speaks Undercommon because we threw him into a mic den to negotiate for us. So it's fine. We can.
The white encounter was on this hex, right?
Yes. So
was that the same hex as the wargs, or was that
the wolf encounter was here?
Okay, gotcha.
And then we already
I put a dot here to not shoehorn it. That one is clear as well. You have a straight shot.
All right, let's go home.
Alternatively, you have Assuming the river is still cold enough to traverse, if you do want to go visit the Sootscales, they are literally 1 hex up.
But aren't they on the other side of the water?
Assuming you're also on the other side of the water.
Oh, that's right, because of the frozen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
We
we could
could.
then we
Then we
could
could take the road.
we could take the road and the crossing back. Yeah, we need to cross the river one point or the other anyway. We might as well go say hi.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I want to see old Chiefy. It's been a while.
Hold Chiefy.
Chiefy.
So then,
Old.
what I
old
will
Chiefy.
say is, I had talked with Ionia about how to flavor the spend a point of linguistics, get a language. You probably are, with reading the book, good enough at speaking Undercommon.
Wait, what?
We had talked about at some point, like, you wanted to learn languages by putting, like, you had extra languages, and Undercommon was one that came up, and you asked me when would be a reasonable time for your, like, in your character's narrative to be able to speak it.
Uh-huh.
The journal is probably that reasonable amount of time, as you have, like, you can look at the language and study it and read it and get it.
Oh, gotcha. So like that's how I will study it. So when I can, like, eventually I'll be able to fluently read the journal.
Okay, sure. So then a day passes.
She's gonna have her nose in that book the whole trip home.
I am so curious about this guy. I really will.
Kind of surprised you didn't like object reading his corpse.
I don't think I can do that to a corpse, but I was planning on doing that to some of his items. We got a little. There was a lot of talking. I don't like talking over people.
You missed a huge opportunity, Suresh. You should have cast like detect next of kin, so we could have hunted down his family.
Why would we hunt down his family? His family.
They're probably blood sacrificing demon worshippers.
They're probably all dead because he's a kobold. He don't live that
you know,
long.
My father is the president of an international company, and I live in an apartment and work at a Taco Bell. So I don't think logic follows.
Cults generally tend to, you know.
If he had a cult, he probably wouldn't be traveling on his own.
Oh, my Lanta.
Okay, so as you guys travel north, you don't need to make. I was gonna say make a perception check, but that's shoehorning. The Sootscales cave is pretty close to the water. As you get a little closer, you see a dock has been built. The river is not frozen. The Sootscales see you, and they begin paddling over.
Ooh.
Is it like a small boat though, and you get it one at a time get in there?
No, actually, give me history engineering.
You want both?
Yeah. Never mind. Ionia's got it.
Okay.
Don't need any more. So the boat is very. It almost looks like it's made of stone, and it's very like square shaped, very Art Deco.
It's made out of very small rocks.
It's actually dwarven. It dawns on you that there are several, like, a long time ago in Galarian's history, dwarves lived in the Darklands, which that's Pathfinder's equivalent of the Underdark. They lived underground. And when Earthfall happened, they took it as a sign from the god of the Forge, Torog, that it was their time to leave the Darklands and find something above. It was an event called the Quest for Sky, and a mass exodus of the entire race, basically, onwards and upwards. There are several dotting the landscape. They're called sky citadels. They're not in the sky. They don't float, but this was the first time they'd ever seen the sky. They built citadels, big dwarven fortresses, if you will. When this happened, right above where the dwarves lived in the Darklands, this is even before, like, as the elves were coming down to become drought. The only thing really above them, also driven to the surface, were orcs. Lots and lots and lots of fighting happened over this. The capital of the Hold of Belkzen actually is a fallen dwarven fortress. But several of these expeditions didn't make it through. It dawns on you that the kobolds are rowing a very, very dwarven boat that they don't have the means of crafting, don't have the means probably of purchasing, it may very well be that they've stumbled upon one of those citadels inside a mine.
Oh.
Does anyone in the party speak Dwarven?
Oh, I almost did. This is one of the languages I passed up.
We discussed it, and it was on the list, and
It was on
it
the
was.
list.
I know. I actually recommended it.
I think it doesn't matter. Okay.
The boats
No, I
are,
don't.
as Cal pointed out, the boats are not the biggest. They're bigger for kobolds, but it's a little more effort involved to get the mule across. Well, no, mules are medium. We find Grom is the problem. Oh, Grom.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Cal's also wary of a stone boat.
It takes a little while. They figure something out. Some kind of dwarven boats are Legos and can connect to make bigger. That seems dwarfy. Yeah, sure. That works. And everyone is able to cross the river. And outside of the entrance to the Sootscale caverns, where once there was a posted kobold guard, there is now an enormous stone statue. As you approach, it turns to look at you.
Statue of what? The statue looks at us?
Yes.
What the hell's going on around here?
Knowledge engineering checks.
Ooh, it's a golem. Golem.
Indeed.
Which I don't have that.
That, in fact, is a stone golem. It is constructed to look not unlike a golden half-dragon, wings and all. Of course, it can't fly. It's carrying the weapon looks dwarven in nature. Again, very Art Deco. Lots of straight lines and hard corners and angles and things. Some kind of sword. But the sword isn't sharp. It would just, it would beat you with a giant rock. If you have any
Holy
questions about
moly.
stone golems, you can ask them now.
Are they sentient?
No. Yeah. They are usually given simple commands like go here, attack this, so on and so forth. In the second case, golems are usually controlled via some kind of magic item. Usually literally like a rod that you grab and you look at golem and you say, hey, do this, and they'll do this.
And it seems to be dwarven in construct.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Well, I think our friends did in fact find some sort of dwarven ruins.
Hail, friends! Where did you come by this thing?
The chief is not here. They look at you and say a one-syllable word in dwarven, and they just kind of lead you on into the cave.
Oh boy. Do these kobolds have any differences, like different scale patterns or anything?
Yes. Actually, and further, what I should say is you distinctly remember 3 kobolds and the chief left the Stag Lord's fort.
Right.
These are, I'll say there's 6 here, and they are different.
So do you remember when we showed up here when Tartuk had taken over, and it's like that they were different people on manning the door, and they had a different scale pattern? I'm nervous.
The kobolds, man. They were skills for like a week before we met them.
That's true. Now maybe they're the iron scales or something, or the bronze scales. Who knows? Let's go. I'm sure.
Well, that doesn't bode well for us because we had an alliance with the Sootscale.
I'm sure the chieftain's still the chieftain, or dead.
From what I understand, the tribe takes the name of the chieftain.
Well,
they were called the Sootscale tribe because
I was kidding about bronze. Let's fight.
Okay.
Kalir takes out one of her moon radishes and holds it up to one.
And they happily take it and begin nomming hard.
They don't seem much different than me.
Well, there is kobolds out here, right?
Yes.
I'll ask them, where is Chief Sootscale? We'd like to speak with him.
In which language?
In common?
They look at you and cock their heads. They don't seem
Yeah,
to
Dell
understand.
already tried to talk.
I would try
Oh,
talking to them.
I'll share languages.
Okay. And they're just kind of, Chief, yes, follow us, come, quickly. Why do you look scared?
See, all good. Let's go.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
all
not
good.
worried.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all.
I'm gonna light my lantern when we go in this tiny ass cave.
Okay.
Sootscales and us have been through way too much for him to die off screen.
Yeah.
We're fine.
I disagree.
And so you do, and
I
eventually,
mean, we did
don't have
just
a-
run into Tartuk like a tile over, so maybe he'd already reconquered this cavern.
Kind of what I was thinking.
Whoopsie.
But he's dead, so
Yeah.
I'm
So,
sure whatever.
I don't have a map for this, but if y'all remember when you went through the Sootscale caverns before, there was a wall next to a sacrificial altar that had a bunch of like murals to koboldness, right? That wall has been taken out, and there are stairs leading down. The kobolds lead you down probably about 100 feet underground before you do come upon, it looks like there's probably about, from, no one has dark vision, from the panning of the lantern from Kalira, probably about 500 little square houses carved literally out of the walls in a U shape running up and down. A little, you wouldn't necessarily call it a village, you wouldn't necessarily call it a mining camp, it's hard to say.
It's a kobold cave.
That is certainly factual.
It's what they do. It's fine.
They
Very-
leave-
I don't think they did all this, Kato.
This is fine.
I mean, fuck.
This is fine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is fine. Whatever.
They've been working hard all
Yeah.
for us.
And
dug all this
they
out.
have that mining equipment.
Yeah.
You work a little faster now.
I'm just curious to see what else they found down here. If they found a freaking golem.
They're making great progress. I'm very intrigued and impressed.
And they eventually lead you to a center structure above which is engraved a knowledge religion check.
Again?
This place is more impressive than our place. What are you all talking about?
Senia scratches her head and has no idea. Ionia is able to identify, and probably Artoris without rolling, in fairness, the holy symbol of the god Torog.
You cut out there.
Well, then you'll never know who it was. It's just a knowledge religion check, and it's a mystery. Haha. The holy symbol of the god Torog.
Horog.
Torog. Oh my god, more of this guy.
Torog is the patron deity, though they have several. He's kind of like the chief deity of the dwarven pantheon, though basically every pantheon across all Galarian has different creation, destruction myths. Dwarves believe that Torog created the material plane on his forge, and the dwarves were like, when sparks come off the forge, boop, there sprung the dwarves. He's one of the oldest gods in existence, usually associated with the protection of the home, the forge. He is, I guess there's, alignment is kind of a meta talk, but he is lawful good. The chief sits behind a altar to Torog. In his hand is looks like a wand, but it's a little bigger. Probably the rod that controls the construct out front. And he sees all of you and he extends his hand and says, welcome, friends! We have found much.
It
That
is-
is an understatement.
Yeah. You.
I would like to kind of elbow Artoris and say under my breath, we should have recruited him to Abadar when we had the chance. And then I'll put on a smile and be like, wow, you have made great progress.
Is this still Chief Sootscale?
Yeah, same guy. Dressed the same, just carrying a very powerful magic item now.
You have certainly been very busy, Chief Sootscale.
We have. The wall. We knocked it down, found the stairs. Found a new home. did not take long before other tribes in the area flocked to the might of the Sootscales. Now we have many friends, and you realize now this is around the point that Sootscales been playing some Minecraft. That Kalira scans the buildings as they are arranged around you, and there's probably about 100 kobolds in total, all looking down.
Wow.
Nice.
I told you they multiply like rabbits.
No, these are
Very impressive.
immigrants or whatever. They're
Sootscale.
They're not
Sootscale
different,
did what
the
we've been
kobolds.
trying to do, but much bigger and more successfully.
He nods. We didn't do it alone either. And he turns behind him. Just come, little one, please, come, meet our friends. And this, I guess I don't need to flavor text what they are. You've ran into them. Kato's killed a couple of them. One of the mites from the old. It's real skittish. It doesn't want to look at anybody, and it comes up. And just, we have peace at last.
Peace.
See? That was a good thing.
okay. You can send it away now.
Peace
Oh.
is never a good thing.
What?
It's not.
Great chieftain, glad to see you have been prosperous in your new holdings. This is wonderful. We did not come empty-handed, of course. We have a gift for you.
Yes.
Something I think you will hopefully appreciate, given the turmoil that this fiend put you through. Kato waves over Kalira with her sack.
Killer reaches into the sack and tosses the head, lets it roll across the floor,
And
sits at the bottom of the throne.
a pretty big cheer erupts from the walls of the. And pretty much everyone knows who this was. Clearly, it's just a big cheer comes out.
They play the Ewok song.
Did we lose Tommy?
Think so. Tommy, come out, come back in again.
Tommy's here. Bee-bop-bop-a-doop-boop-boop.
There we go.
Every time I start singing, I cut out. I don't like this lifestyle
Yub
of singing.
nub.
Yub nub, indeed. They break out, big sing song. The chief just, good. Tonight we feast. And there's a big cheer from behind them, and he turns towards the group here assembled. Just, of course, all of you are invited.
Well, that's nice of you.
Several-
How many different ways do you prepare moon radish?
Oh, my friend, I am not talking about moon radishes. And there are several, and by several, it probably takes like 5 of them. They are small kobolds rolling out barrels. The barrels are pretty dusty. They're like pushing them in the direction of where the altar sits. There's also basically every kind of fish you can think of is like rapidly being pulled out, and stone slabs that function as tables basically are being set up, and fires are starting.
They found old dwarven liquor.
Wow.
The chief smiles.
You all might want to sit this out. I don't know if you're ready for this.
The Sootscales all very frantically begin the process of setting up the feast. You didn't really get a head count, but there's more than 6 mites running around. Probably most of them.
Can I sense motive on this? Are they enslaved?
No, yeah, go for it.
What is that? Is it sense motive in this game?
Why are we so suspicious?
I mean,
I don't know.
Mostly
if they
because
were,
nervous.
if they were, that would put Kato in a better mood.
I know
Why
it would.
are you the way that you are?
No, they seem to be walking around as you. Actually, matter of fact, as you do this, you go looking around, and you're not exactly sure when it got there. It's probably about twice the size of Grom, a centipede, just kind of chilling on the wall. It's probably about like 25 feet long.
It's like a bus.
Like a bus, or like
Shuttled them
their
over.
transport. It's just, yeah, and that wouldn't be running around unchecked if they were slaves.
Aw, Bakken would hate this.
Mm-mm.
But I
As much as-
feel pretty good. I feel really good about this.
As much as we appreciate the offer to stay and celebrate,
Cal's already drinking.
oh god,
And the ale it's very
already.
old. There's it looks like the barrels are made probably out of, what do you make barrels out of if you live where trees aren't? Probably just someone stone shaped a rock to make it hollow. Yeah, that seems right. And they've been sitting for a long time, clearly by the dust.
Probably metal. Probably metal barrel, right?
Solid adamantine. No, that's too much. I can't give the Sootscales that much wealth.
What's
They've already got a goal.
Pathfinder's version of aluminum?
If they have solid adamantine barrels, we would just like take the ones that are empty. You guys don't need these.
We'll just take
We'll
the
take
empties.
these.
But it's thousands-year-old ale, still just as make a fort save as it ever was.
Yeah, see, Kato doesn't drink, so
But Kalira, yeah, it's real. You almost, as you take the first drink, you almost spit it up. That's how strong it is. You get it down. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah, this is basically what I thought it would be.
Kato
Seems pleasant.
just shakes his head and. All right, fine. Enjoy your time. I guess we've earned a rest. Chieftain, is there anywhere I could settle in?
Ah, feeling sick, my friend? Not hungry, not thirsty? It's a great victory. You brought back someone who has abused many of my people.
I'm tired.
I think I want to call for a bluff check. If and you would, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to make a character sheet for the chief. It's come up so much.
Kato's be like, oh, I gotta wash my hair and
Real tired.
Okay.
Of course he crits. He does the worst crits.
I haven't altered the chief's stat block.
Oh, counter
wow.
counter crit.
Counter.
1 in 400. Those happen so much. Let me see if he has any ranks in sense motive. I'm seriously doubting it. Oh, why is the PDF not loading?
I mean, he did follow.
I actually don't want him to catch
Priest.
this bluff because they're becoming an increasingly important ally. And I don't want our leader to be caught lying to him.
So the chief, are you sure? I know how rough it is out there. I would feel inhospitable if I did not help my friend. He reaches up and he puts a little kobold hand. He gets on top of a table to get eye level with you, and he puts a hand on your shoulder. Just, are you sure you're okay, friend? One of the mites gets up a little close too.
How many grapple checks would I have to make Kato drink?
Let's see what happens in response to this first. Then I will answer that.
Kato puts his hand on Sootscales' hand and says, I'm more than fine, friend. Forgive me for being unappreciative. I will gladly join you and celebrate this great day.
And then Kalira comes around the corner.
So that means you're drinking, right? And she hands him I guess it's a stein? Probably a stein.
Yeah. How do you say stein in Dwarven? That's what it is.
Right.
Kato raises his hand and says, I don't partake. Gotta keep the mind sharp.
What? Nonsense! The chief takes the stein and throws it back.
See, look, the little one knows how to rule.
No, he doesn't. Oh, maybe he throws it back, and it comes straight up, and everybody, all the kobolds see this, and there's that record scratch.
Did he just puke? Did he just puke it up?
He spits it out. And he's,
What are you reflexing?
I'm gonna roll
He
a-
failed too.
and somehow he's still on the he's still standing. I rolled a d4 for parts of body this could hit. He's still eye level with Kato, and it comes out and it gets Kato in the face.
That's why I was like, yeah. When he said he stood up on the table to stand face to face with Kato, and then he spit it out, I was like, I gotta get out of the way. But nat 1 on that.
See,
Beautiful.
this is what happens when you don't drink. Bad things happen.
Kato grabs his back of his cloak or cape. I guess it's a cape, yeah, and wipes the putrid substance off of his face.
The chief does as they oh, I'm sorry, friend. Oh, smaller glasses, please, all around. And they go from steins to like shot glasses of dwarven ale, which they can stand.
Kato sighs, says, "Don't worry about it, friend."
Kato, how are you going to be a king if you can't share a drink with a fellow leader? This is not proper. Even I know that, and I'm a bastard. Still drink.
Kato gives Kala like a stern look and says, If I have one drink, will you end your incessant nagging?"
Nagging? I'm trying to help you. Yeah, drink. You can get that rapier out of your ass.
Looks
I don't have a
awkwardly at the
rapier,
Aldori
thank you.
dueling sword in the long
Calls it a
tradition.
rapier. Yeah. All right, fort save.
If you just take a little shot of it, no. If you want to get a
Okay.
whole glass, yes.
I'll take a stein. I'm not gonna chug it, but
Okay, good enough.
take it,
Sips it coyly.
sips it coyly. Yes.
And so does not get sick. The
Ugh.
smell of seafood begins to permeate throughout the entire cavern as Kato probably doesn't have. None of you need to roll to see this. They're about as long as kobolds. The kobolds are preparing. They look like eels, but they have like smilodon fangs. They are considered a very rare and great delicacy in Brevoy at large, given how hard it is for like people to come upon them. They are known to live like at the bottom of the tusk water, and the kobolds have them in spades.
Wow, this is now more my kind of party.
The hell is this?
I would just like to point out that it sounds like we've got a rare commodity living at the bottom of our capital's
Yeah,
lake. That's
I was
pretty
about
cool.
to say.
What are you talking? You all make fun of me for eating weird things, and they bring out snake water creatures, and you're all excited. I don't understand.
Oh yeah, I'll eat some of that.
This is like
In fact, I'll even have a shot with it.
Fair
this
enough.
is like black caviar right there. It's a very, very good delicacy.
Caviar? What? I don't know. I mean, I'll eat it. I don't know why you're all excited about it. It's weird to me, but that's fine.
It probably doesn't taste quite right. If any, I imagine Kato might have had fanged eel on like very, very special occasions. And obviously the Sootscales don't have access to proper seasonings. They're just skewer, fire, go. Nevertheless, it's very good.
Kato has had it once on his 18th birthday as a. It was imported specifically for the occasion.
Yeah, it's probably real. It's not like you weren't getting as many BPs out of this as you are the silver mine, but like it's not cheap.
Well, this is fop feed. That's why you're all excited about it.
I mean,
Maybe if you chopped it up and put it in the stew, it'd probably be good. But
that would be a crime against such a delicacy to chop
Nice.
it up.
some nice moon radish on the side or something.
And Kato gags just listening to Kalira talk about defiling such a treasured piece of food, or not really even food. It's like a treat. Anyway,
Anybody else got anything they want to do? Any NPCs they want to talk to as the party goes?
Yeah, Ask, are you gonna chat with your boys?
I'm gonna ask Sootscale about the golem. I'd like to learn more about this this rod he's carrying around and what this thing can
Yeah,
do.
I'll be, unless you're intentionally trying to keep it a secret, I'd like to be like nearby for that conversation.
Yeah, I was actually going to say the same thing.
Actually, spellcraft checks from people who can make it in regards to the rod he's carrying. Mm, 23 does not quite get. Somebody call Jim Carrey. I remember the early 2000s. You're not exactly sure what it is, but it's probably some kind of magic rod. What spell specifically, it's hard to say. There's a few of them that exist that would allow you to control a construct. In some cases, it's just like, this is the one that's keyed to that, and it goes. In some cases, it could be a wand of, like, control construct. Probably one or the other.
That's cool. So I'm going to ask him, what's with the fancy stick?
He shrugs. It is shiny. I find it, and it helps me to... He waves it in the air, and you hear probably like 5 or 6 more, of these golems march into formation around you guys. The kobolds all see it, and they cheer.
Holy sh...
I have made powerful friends.
That's one way to hold on to power. So
Would
this dude
I
has,
know,
he has
like,
an army of golems.
Would I know based on my spellcraft, like, is it possible for that rod to have any adverse effect on the...
Probably not. Cursed items exist, but, like...
I just wasn't sure if by using it, it's, like, affecting him somehow.
I mean, it might just for
It
the
might-
simple fact that power corrupts absolutely.
Well, no,
man.
I mean, that's fine. We
Might
can deal with
inflate
that. I
his
just thought
ego.
I thought it was being, like, pushing him toward Torag or something like that.
It's possible.
It's not the one... This isn't the One Ring.
But cursed items exist and
That's
intelligent
basically what I
items
was
exist.
thinking,
If it's an intelligent item, it could be speaking to him. The only way to really tell is to hold the item yourself.
Well, somehow doubt he would just agree to that, so I don't think I'll be asking that.
Well, give him a couple more of these
I have...
brews. And might...
I have also... I wonder if I could, like, either bluff or charisma him into letting me look at the... to hold it
Well,
just
don't
to
try and
look
bluff
at
it,
it.
because
And then-
this is an ally we really want.
And then I have my own golem army.
Well, no, don't do that either. You know what? Never mind. Just don't take the rod.
Golems, arrest Chief Sootscale.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, obviously. He's an ally. I would never do such a thing. Or
He's
think
been through thick and thin with us.
Yeah, he has.
Has he?
Yeah.
I mean, you say you wouldn't do such a thing,
I'm
but
just messing with you guys. This is out of
Remember when he almost died and I was the one to stabilize?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And I did shed a single tear for, when I thought we were going to lose him. Which is one more tear than most people get.
That's nice.
Though Keston got the waterworks.
Oh, he did.
Wow.
We hardly knew him.
Did we
And yet we wish
construct
we
the
knew him
custom
more.
memorial graveyard yet?
Yeah,
The
that was
Yeah,
the first thing for
the first
some
thing we built.
god awful reason that we used to be
Before the castle, we built the graveyard.
So weird.
It's right there.
Indeed.
Also, Kalir will bring a stein over to Ksenia.
Kind of look at our scans.
Scan.
Nice.
That's a good word.
All right, I'll grab the stein.
What are you so skittish about? You don't drink. You too. I thought that if anything, a wilder would know how to throw a few back.
I smell at it, and then I to assert dominance, I go.
Go chug.
That sounds
Oh, you
Asserting
got it.
dominance. Oh wow.
And Senia just downs it.
No, that's the sort of spirit that sets an entire cave of bats on fire. Keep that up.
Don't subtly nudge people to evil. I'm on to you.
He's been nudging all of us like periodically from time to time.
Doesn't take
Except
much
you.
effort if he does it.
Except for you two. You and Ionia haven't. He hasn't tried to corrupt you two yet.
And
Well, yeah.
this I feel like this is a character assassination.
Mhm.
It's a character breakdown.
Character analysis.
Corrupting. I mean, that is some strong verbiage.
All right.
Are you gonna? Sorry, you can continue your interaction.
I was gonna say, should I try to get a hold of this
Oh
rod?
no, they were talking, weren't
Oh.
Senya and Calvin?
Right. Go ahead.
I just wanted to see if she would drink. I was trying to. We're just
Oh, is
drinking.
that it?
We're just drinking.
And then I let out a huge burp.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's real good.
What do you want a performance check?
I mean, if she really wants to. Do you want the burp to be mechanically good, or do you want to just let it go? Let it go.
Yeah, I don't have. It's gonna be pretty bad, but I'm kind of curious.
And this is where the nat 20 hits.
It is the most vile, disgusting sounding belch.
The burp is probably about 6 syllables long. Oscillating a little bit. The kobolds cheer. They're actually...
Cal's impressed.
Some of the kobolds look at each other and speak in Dwarven, and the chief turns and looks at Kalir and...
Like, why are they speaking in Dwarven? That's the thing I don't like.
They're from a different tribe.
Yeah, they are immigrants from another tribe. As soon as they found this master of Dwarven technology, they were like, we need to get in on that. That's my assumption, anyway. I guess we could ask them.
My friends think you cannot best that, Kalira.
Oh, is that right? Just gather around, little ones. Gather around.
Are we really gonna do this?
Drinking contest. The first one to fail a fort save loses.
I'll do another fort save.
If you
I'll
would.
do another fort
The kobolds begin chanting, the mites begin chanting. It looks like the centipede might be chanting. We're all just chanting.
I am not chanting.
I think
And I think I do want to ask for a perform check after, just for lulz. Why not? Clear is able to get it down. And this one's a little more melodious, but not much better, as all of the Sootscale tribe now turns back at Senia.
drink, 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 drink.
I take the stein and like dip it in the barrel to fill it up, and I like stare down at Kalira and I try to choke.
Okay. And a perform check. Okay. Basically blow for blow. It almost comes out the exact same pitch as it just rides forward, and they turn to Clara.
Clara, Clara, Clara. Oh my god, these two are just gonna...
My
Yeah,
god!
so-
And perform check.
Oh,
That one's a little... There's some jeering and laughing as the burp kind of like hiccups a little as it comes out. And then back to Senia. What a way to kill a session. What do you do when you have 2 barbarians and there's no combat drinking contest?
Yeah, I'll go at it again.
You guys are killing it.
Gone. Ooh, it's starting to get...
And
Oops, I'm starting to get a little tipsy.
Senia can't keep it down, and the contest goes to Kalira.
Kaleral's
Wait,
sitting on the back.
Doesn't Kalira have to outdrink?
Oh,
Okay,
I had to
fair,
do-
Yeah,
fair,
she still
fair,
has to do
fair.
her drink.
I was actually gonna do that. Cal slaps Cassetti on the shoulder. Said, no worries. We'll get more practice in. And she takes another drink.
The contest is a draw.
we both.
So,
We'll get
Don't
more
brag
practice
about it.
in. They both fall down. The crowd goes wild. I feel like there should be some kind of reward for that. I will
Next time,
think on this.
rage.
Next time you rage.
Dwarven golem. Right?
Dwarven Golem run.
You are now you control all of the CR-15 golems. The world is your stolen lands. Because you're going to steal it all.
Indeed.
So describe the chamber again. Because
It's-
while all that's going on, I'm obviously not caring. So I'm looking at.
The chamber itself is a giant U shape, and the houses there've been enough spellcraft checks thrown around. Probably not carved, probably like multiple castings of stone shape to warp the stone into square domiciles that run up and down the sides of like a box canyon almost. You guys are in a particularly large one, big enough to hold the entire tribe plus you guys, which probably was some kind of Church of Torog.
And remind me, how many is the tribe now?
Somewhere in the hundreds. A lot of them.
So, and I didn't miss it, right? We haven't expressly asked the chief where these additional kobolds have come from.
Have not.
Ionia, you want to do that?
Ask where the other kobolds have come from?
Well, like talk to the chief in general.
Chief, the last we had heard, many of the kobolds in this area had been wiped out by Tartuk. Where may I ask, did you find all of these friends?
They found me! He points at like a group of 5. They were from Cinderclaw tribe, points at 4 more. They are from... I frantically look at my desk for something that could be a name of a kobold tribe. They are from...
Kaiser so say this.
that tribe! And like on, various different types of tribes. Tartuk broke many homes. But when word got out that I was... He puffs his little chest out a little bit. Partially responsible for the defeat of the human bandits. Well, what can I say? They flock here. Once we found a safe home underground, it was easy enough. We are actually presently, and he leads Ionia, like her gaze towards a window. You probably cannot... Oh, where are my manners? The chief claps twice. As he does so, several little sconces in the wall where torches would go light up. The room goes from we've been operating on very little light from party's torches and a lamp to the entire church and probably a lot of the surrounding area lights up. He points vaguely to the north. We're currently building a tunnel to the old sycamore. So my tribe, and points at a mite, and their tribe can access each other more safely.
I'm so glad to see the two of you have put your past behind you and have become allies yourselves.
Well, we had a good model. When I heard there were new humans in the area, I was expecting, well, he does the thumbs up and orients the thumb to his neck and, like, alongside his neck. I was expecting it would not be good for us, but apparently we can all get along. And with Tartuk not pulling the strings... He shrugs his shoulders, takes another bite of a moon radish.
It seems that our alliance has been beneficial for the both of us, and I'm happy to see that.
He nods. And he turns over to Cal. Says, yes, we told them all about the bat and how I almost became mighty chief of the bat tribe. And some kobolds, like, they turn and they cock their heads, and he relates that then in Dwarven, and then they laugh about it. And he just, but not me. Thanks to you.
Yeah, that was good. You would have had your wings of the dragon.
I know. Could have been a very different campaign. Oops, all bats.
The Batman tribe
Yeah.
would have been awesome. they'd make great for like aerial scouts and stuff for us, right? Like a whole like tribe of kobold werebats would have been sick.
Only
But I
on
guess
the-
we have.
Only on the night of the full moon, and if you get too close, you're on.
Yeah, until they go crazy and attack people randomly.
I mean, collateral damage.
Right.
Also, I'm actually glad to see the mite situation. I'm being a little joking and like, okay, so I still don't like, because I didn't like the mites the first encounter and got overruled on just wiping them out. But it is good to see that they kept their. I just didn't trust them, but it seems like they've kept their side of the bargain and kept the peace with the kobold. So as long as they don't start like raiding our our villages for shinies and stuff, then they're fine. But if they step out of line for even a minute.
Just take it. It's good. We're happy. They're allies. They're friends. They're working together.
That's great. But we
don't need to threaten them.
It's not a threat. It's just let's gotta keep an eye on them. Make sure that they
even a minute.
For even a minute. Then
it's just not enough to have his success. He's got to like diminish mine.
You know how
what?
it is.
Not diminishing anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you are.
Just saying,
have they
don't trust
uncovered
them.
all of the does it seem that this is the because they clearly dug into some old dwarven, we've determined that. Is this the extent of it? How far does it?
It's really hard to say.
Given
that the Sootscales literally knocked a wall down, and there could be more behind another wall. There could be anything. The only rule
there's probably a whole city somewhere.
In terms of ancient expeditions in archaeology, sometimes the only rule is there are no rules.
I'd like to.
Go ahead.
I'd like to turn to the chieftain and tell him history is very fascinating to me, and I'd like very much when things calm down in our endeavors to return and study some of these ruins, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course, yes. We're still digging, actually. They're actually probably on that note. Also, this was a silver mine. As the lights tick on, the walls do glitter with silver. They've come into quite a bit.
Very good.
And who knows what we will find? Hopefully nothing that wants to eat us. No bats. No bats. We checked.
Ionia looks around at the army of golems and says, well, I think you've got yourself pretty well protected now.
He nods.
So when do the ritual sacrifices start?
Right now! Ha ha! Roll for initiative!
Got him.
Got him!
The golems all come up behind us and each grapple one of us. Now that you're drunk and you can't fight back.
What we didn't see is one of the mites had a book that said how to serve man.
To serve man! It's a cookbook!
Classic Twilight Zone.
Indeed. Yes, it is.
I'd like to ask the chief, have you come across any other magical artifacts? And then I kind of motion toward the rod he's carrying.
He shakes his head now.
That trick with the lights was pretty cool. How did you do that? I didn't realize you were magically inclined.
I'm not. They are. It's so strange. Clap on, clap off. And he claps and they go off and back on again.
Seems like some kind of
clear claps.
And they go off.
Ah!
When we came in and threw Tartuk's head down and everybody was applauding, were the lights just going?
And who's epileptic? We're about to find out. Now they weren't. I guess also on the note of other magic items, Arcturus knows that there's probably something in this. This is a very, very nice place of worship, but with no direct devout followers of Torog. Hard to say. In the same reason that someone who worships Erastil could do more at the Temple of the Elk than y'all could.
Sure.
Esker's just sizing up the area to see how big he needs to build his cathedral when we're
Dude, no, he's going Indiana Jones on this.
Well, we have a Temple of Aristil and a Temple of Torog now to compete with, so our temple's got to be greater than both.
Artoris
So can I get
probably only feels a need to compete with Erastil, given that Erastil is very small town, and Abadar is very like big city kind of thing, whereas Torog and Abadar go pretty hand in hand.
Yeah.
Trade and the creation of things to trade rather.
I'm trying to decide if I want to start casting detect magic and snooping around a little bit. But...
Spelunking?
Yeah, but I'm maybe I shouldn't.
They wouldn't mind if you're upfront about it.
Well, yeah, it's more just about whether my character would do that. Because I'm sure the usual suspect, like the rod's obviously going to ping, and maybe the altar itself, or in some sense, will have some magical energy. But I mean, I guess it's possible I could uncover like a secret compartment. All right, what the hell?
Okay, can you make a will save for me?
Well, I was going to ask permission first from the chief.
And he nods.
Okay.
And now
I'm making a will save?
Mm-hmm.
So
Am I about to...
your head's about to explode.
Right,
get some feedback.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. You kick on detect magic, and it's like blowing up a dam. The water hits you really hard. There are several very powerful magic auras, and in addition, the lights themselves are probably like ever-burning torches that are triggered to somehow go on and off, but there's a boatload of them in one place, to say nothing of the control rod. I think the golems themselves, you're able to shut it off and like stop before it hurts you, but there's probably at least like an extreme brain freeze kind of effect that I'm assuming most of the party sees.
There's magic.
Close. I saw you. You used
the blood mage.
You used the mule's blood.
You didn't see that. You were cross. You were cross.
I saw it.
Oh wait, no. Maybe you did come down.
Yeah,
to
she was actually
that.
You used Cal's blood for something once.
Ancient history.
That was in the White's den.
That never happened.
It definitely happened.
Blood magic, man. You can't.
About it. Don't you ever use my blood again!
All right, so don't do Cal impressions.
Yeah,
For when the real Cal is right here.
It was just like a flashback, in case anybody forgot.
Trying to think what else. Can I perceive anything? Anything hidden?
Not really, right? You guys have been looking around. If there was something hidden, either you would need to, like, this party's over, and then start looking around.
Banging down walls.
Or you would need to, like, use magic. But certainly, like, there are enough sentient beings moving around here that if there was anything, like, in the church that is just hidden under a trapdoor or something, like, you'd be able to, like, they would have stumbled on it, rather.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just say I'll let me. I would like to ask the chief. Do you have need of anything? How are you guys doing? Like, can we help you at all?
You have helped us so much already.
If anything, we need their help.
Well, I'm happy to see you doing so well. Come so far.
He nods. I guess one thing I would posit as we push the 3-hour mark, that it crosses everyone's mind that this is your source of silver. It's not your only source of income. It is a source of income. And the individuals who have been working for you now have, in some, to be honest, the golems and the stairs, that crosses everyone's mind too. These ones down here probably can't get up, like they can't fit through the passage. But there is a big one outside, as well as many more kobolds. They've clearly established their own kingdom, if you will.
We can't have that.
Certainly they seem friendly and amicable now, but any thoughts that anybody might have had about, like, the Sootscales joining as your vassals, or the Sootscales being someone you could push around if they should decide they want to keep their silver, are complicated at best now.
I don't think we'll have an issue with that.
There is nothing wrong with having allies.
That's why I said peace is bad.
Unless we plan to remember.
No.
No. We're not. Hold on. We're not looking to do not misunderstand me and let me get my entire thought out. Okay. I'm not saying we need to subjugate them or anything like that. However, if you go north and you have all of Brevoy, right? You know, you have the crown, which is currently controlled by House Sertova of like the Isian kind of area. And then you have all the other great houses and noble families. And you have like Rossland, which is kind of its own sub-kingdom, but it still swears fealty to the crown. Like the crown still resides over all, even though there are kind of, you could call them like sub-kingdoms within the greater kingdom. If this is going to be our total realm at some point, we should put ourselves in a position where we are happy to let them operate independently with their own leadership, but they would still be required to swear fealty to the crown when we're in a position to be able to make that type of statement. That's how the world works and how kingdoms work.
I don't have an issue with that.
My big thing is that we treat them as allies and we don't conquer them.
I mean, if they resist,
I mean, conquer
unnecessarily.
It's not so much conquering as it is like, what would you call it? There's a rule for it actually in the rule set for neighboring like other like kingdoms and stuff. It's called
making them like a vassal state.
Yeah, they become a vassal state. You can still leave them to operate like independently, but they would be subject to taxation like any other city would to the crown.
Sure.
And things like that.
I don't have any problem with that. I only have a problem with making a move of force against what is currently our only ally.
Hell no. I don't want to refuse. Then
why do we always have to do this? Why can't we just leave it as it is?
It's no. It's just something to keep in mind that maybe they'll agree and they'll say, yeah, that makes sense. We'll operate independently, but we'll be a vassal, like we'll swear fealty and we'll both get along amicably and it'll be a great relationship and we'll all live happily ever after. Or the chieftain could say, no, I don't think that's appropriate. I think we're good enough to stand on our own and we don't, we're just going to stay completely independent. And then it's like, okay, well now we're basically competing over the same land, same resources. So it may be time to, make a show of force.
We all understand the situation. All I'm saying is let's not escalate it.
No, it's across that bridge when we get there kind of thing, and that's a bridge we're not going to cross for a long time because there's no way we can challenge a golem army right now anyway. But
good, then we're done talking about it, right?
Nope, it's going to be 3
we're
more
never
hours.
Done. We're never done talking about it.
But,
so that barracks, guys.
So that barracks.
Exactly.
I don't
at the end
see
of the,
any
at the end of the day,
to...
Ionia, this is politics. It's something that has.
Jeez, Rick.
Just don't see a reason to rush to arms race with someone
no.
who has shown no display of anything but we're the best of friends and we owe you and we're so happy.
Esker, you've played Civ, dude. Come on.
Don't give me that crap. You're evil, all right? I don't want to listen to you.
You
I'm just
played
saying,
Civ, and you know
you
how
have-
this goes.
You
You
have
know
been-
how this goes.
You do. You, as all of you look around, you see there are many wonderful tourist attractions here at the Sootscale Caverns, and you're compelled to live here instead. The chief wins by culture victory. Haha.
Boom.
And is there anything anybody wants to do at the rest of the banquet right now?
Nah, just
No,
eating.
I'm good.
Okay. Is there anything other than go to Fort Stagwraith in the morning that anyone wants to do?
I have things I'd like to do at the fort, but I'm good until we get there.
Okay, so then by the powers vested in me, by Paizo Productions and all of my patrons, I'm going to say that the Shrike River, you guys are downstream from the Sootscales. So traveling from where you are now to the fort does not take a lot of time, and they have enough boats that they can get you there.
It never actually occurred to me that it could float.
Flow into the lake. Isn't that where it goes?
Yes.
Doesn't it go down into the lake?
Yeah, but like, there's no reason it could go away, right?
Gravity.
Gravity
this
is
isn't-
nothing in a high fantasy setting. That's where we're going to cut it because my computer's stuttering and I think I need to close some programs. But thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Dwarven Fortresses. Diggy, diggy hole. Say bye, guys.
Oh.
See ya.